I know what you wish.
What a correct meme.
Well, y'all kept assuming I was a warlock earlier, so it's
I
not.
did.
With,
I did
did.
keep assuming you were a warlock on account of you doing warlock stuff
Warlock things.
constantly.
Yeah, I was like, that's warlock stuff.
And even, like, I know you're handing out bardic inspiration like candy.
Yeah, you
but
were handing out bardic
the way you're
inspiration, but
doing
I
it,
ignored that. I was
don't
like, hex.
die. It's like, oh yeah,
Hex.
great. Hex and
I
my,
just
not
saw the word
Warlock
hex.
class.
my build is basically built around gaslighting everyone.
You're gaslighting us with your class, so it worked out.
Yeah, crazy when bard warlock things are built. So we make bards designed to gaslight people, and they seem a little bit more like a warlock than a bard. It's crazy how that happens. Huh? What a crazy character idea.
Crazy. I hope Ruben's new character trait is that he also has a toothpick, and you start playing with that within character.
You know where Ruben's name came from?
The sandwich.
Yes.
Ruben Cogburn. Because I was gonna go the cowboy route, but then Mook hit me with fucking Kermit the Frog in the session. I'm like, well, I can't. He can't Kermit, and I come in him with
Yes, you
like some
can.
fucking Clint Eastwood. No, I can't. So like, fuck. I guess I'm also Kermit because our voices are different enough. It's gonna be fine. And then it's like time skip, and he's like, oh, I've suddenly changed the timbre of everything. And I had already spoken post time skip, so it is now canonical that I remained Kermit. So I was bamboozled
You need
into
another
just
time
being
skip.
Kermit.
Go a
I was
double time
fully
skip.
intending to just be a fucking New Vegas character, I guess. Just, you know,
What's the
I-
point?
I offered
Nope.
to introduce you to my speech therapist.
yeah. Well, the thing is that the cowboy won't be so easy. I would just have to stop hiding my accent, and then I just easy.
Hmm.
Them's my people.
What about Cowboy Frog?
I mean,
Barrel's not big enough for the two.
I think what
is it a burp and
Spike's getting at is that he could take Ruben to a speech therapist and fix Ruben's speech
I
therapy
thought
in
this
game,
was
and then
a-
he could come
I
out
thought
with a
this was
cowboy accent for
Anthem to
some
Matt.
reason.
No,
It's a
because
Spike to.
yeah,
Ruben.
because Spike did the voice change too when I saw that you had been forced into staying a frog. And he was like, I could introduce you to my speech therapist.
Correct. I was forced into it.
Yes.
A proverbial
forced.
gun was to my head.
This was
Proverbial
always
lance,
the
if you
plan.
will.
Turns out Rupert was the true gaslighter among the
Well,
I'm
at any
going to
rate,
gaslight him into speaking like a frog,
What an idiot.
and then I won't.
and then I won't.
And
Ever
then I
again.
won't. I'm better than you.
So, with that,
Rupert, no.
perhaps, mayhaps,
No.
would-haps, should-haps, we could perhaps begin.
Sure.
So, whenever you're ready, Mukuri, take us away with the recount of the events of last session.
Sure, we cut back to our beautiful small bar. After our 3-year time skip, Sloan immediately goes away to do something incredibly important. But that's all while Jib is attacking, but not killing anybody. And then we have some Nasaguin come in and they start breathing fire. And it's not killing anybody, but it's hurting me real bad. And then the whole bar is getting lit on fire. And after a detect magic, we learn about a little crystal that was left under the table, hypothetically from a shifty man that walked out of the bar earlier, but we don't know that and no one's looked into it. And we take some time to look at this while some people are fighting, and there's some mysterious tether that's going to the Nafsaguin. And eventually, after the waves have stopped and we put out the fire, we try to come up with a plan because we know that more are on their way. And we come up with the plan to push Jib, unlock him, and then push him towards the door. We ask for volunteers to help because this is a group effort, and everybody does, and everybody dies except one person. But we get Jib to that door, and Jib defends the door. after that happened, after everybody is dead except the one woman who is traumatized, we destroy the crystal, thus seemingly ending the attack. We then have a pile of dead bodies and Jib, who is once again friendly, and we learn about Jib's touching past where his wing was healed, and that's why he seems to be a loyal friend. But then Spike goes out and has some of his boys cleaning out the bodies, and we kind of discuss with Fungus a little bit about what happened, because everybody seemed to die when Rupert wasn't quite sure if that was necessary. But right now everything is quiet and we're just waiting in the bar, and the bodies have been cleared and we're figuring out where to go from there.
That's where we shall return. Jumping back into the scene, a little bit of time has gone by, and we'll jump right over, firstly, hop over, if you will, to Sloan. Yeah, I'll put you right here. Yes, that's a good spot for Sloan. As you start to wander back down the road, finish with your business, coming back to the tavern to top one off before heading off to your various businesses. What would you like to do now, Sloan? It's you. It's you there. Just you. You could leave. It could be just you. It could be just the Sloan show. It has been 5 hours, 6 hours since you left, more or less.
All right, great. I'm just gonna say that I ended up dropping my breastplate off to get resized because I'm a generous fella, and just coming back. And if I remember correctly, it must be like a trail of fucking water to the front door. Is it dried up?
Yeah, from Rupert. Like
And it's
dragging
like-
a blanket soaked through just across the street. Yeah.
Yeah,
There's like a bunch of burnt shit. I imagine
Mud
they've thrown
and
out of the
burned.
game.
Yeah,
All the
there's like
windows
a,
are barred up with wood.
Well, they already were, because he was paranoid about them coming. But the door is still closed and barricaded. I don't think anyone unbarricaded. Yeah, we haven't unbarricaded. We've just been
We-
in the barricade.
We must have, because I
Oh,
left.
Oh, that's right. You left. Yeah. Good point. Good point. So we did unbarricade. So there has been like rubble just thrown out into the street of like all the stuff that what presumably was a barricade. You see a lot of like the recognizable furniture that was in the tavern here, but yeah, and you hear the sound of your pals, though the bar sounds more quiet than usual.
Does anyone have any twos?
Rupert, how do you always know?
What the
I'm putting on
fuck
all
went
for you.
on here?
Oh, we're
What is
playing
this?
we're playing poker. He's very bad at it.
Go fish.
I always win.
The hell? What did you? I was gone for like 5 hours.
Oh, hey Sloan, good to see ya.
Hey, Eberk.
only
Why
played
does
a couple
everything
hands.
look like shit in here? More than
Oh.
usual.
Crazy day. You hear like faint sobbing coming from the basement. It's been a wild one. We made these would you like some eggs? He kind of picks up like the mix of eggs that he was using to try to put out fire and puts it on a plate. They're still good, I promise. Just cooked them not too long ago. If you're
I got us-
hungry.
I got us a bottle of
Eberk,
whiskey.
that's the weirdest shit anyone said to me today.
Tasty. I seasoned them good with some fire.
Yeah, I want them.
There you go.
Could you
On the
get,
house.
could you get him a glass for the whiskey?
Let's see if I have any left. All right. And he goes,
Nope, all
"Bring those
broke.
one." I have this one, and he pulls out this big glass boot, and it's like, only one I got, but here you go.
That's-
Besides the ones I've given to
Wait.
you already.
Oh, you guys have boot left?
A big boot, right? Das boot.
Wait, you broke all
Das
your
Boot.
glasses.
Most of them. Some of them, the ones you guys got at your table. Your table's mostly destroyed, so that's good.
If it's a problem, I'll take the boot.
Here's the boot.
Thank you.
Root.
What do you want to put into that boot?
I pour.
He said
some-
whiskey, right?
I bought the bottle.
That's right.
Justice.
This boot could hold more than this in that. In that
Meanwhile,
bottle.
Rupert's looking towards the fountain. He's like, "What do I want to put in it?"
Rupert, no.
A tall glass of wine.
You all look over. It's like Fungus is like sweating profusely, still kind of in an agitated state, uncharacteristic from her, from his normal demeanor. And honestly, a lot of what you just saw was a little uncharacteristic of what you've normally seen from Fungus. That being said, he looks a little. Hey boys, come here for a minute. Come here for a minute. Well, let me tell you something. Come here. Gather in. You too, Sloan. Come here.
Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah, come here. Come here.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep my distance.
Guys, some hustle.
Yeah, come here. Come on.
Sloan.
Come on.
Sloan.
Come here.
Yeah,
Come on.
just. Yeah.
Come right here. Come on.
There
Yeah.
we go. There we go.
Good.
All right. Gosh.
As he vomits all over the table and just
Oh my
spews
God.
and falls face forth into the vomit unconscious.
I move and I
Good
like
night, Gus.
take him out of the puke so he doesn't like suffocate in his puke
Yeah,
and
you just
drown.
turn him
in it.
over.
Yeah.
Luckily, his large bulbous nose kind of props him up a little bit, so
Like a
like his
snorkel.
mouth is like good, like it's kept out of the liquid,
Oh,
but it's just kind of
Sorry,
squishes on his nose.
stand.
Yeah, it kind of holds him up a little bit. It's kind of handy.
Nature's wedge.
Uh,
Okay, well, not everything's different about this place, but
It's been a lot of people died.
oh, I was gone for like 5 hours, guys.
I mean, people die pretty quick here apparently.
Sloan, did you see the Nafzalguin attack?
Wasn't paying attention. Okay, so that's what went on here.
I'm glad you're safe.
You
Thanks,
should
bud.
probably not leave.
I mean, I don't really want to be here when this guy wakes up in a pile of his puke, but
When you're gone, Gus is different.
yeah.
I think Gus tries to be you when you are gone.
Gus could
fill
never be
the
me,
hole
so let's
that
get
you
that
leave.
straight first.
He tried very hard.
Well, I mean, he's
A
like
lot of
almost
people
getting
died.
it right now, but like that's only part of me. There's a lot of different sides to it. But wait, you don't want to leave anymore?
What?
Somebody said we can't leave?
No, you should not leave because then Gus tries to be you and people die.
Oh, well, sure.
Mistakes were made.
You know, I'm putting together the picture. The burnt tables. Everybody's dead. There's only a boot.
I mean,
Can
there
we
is
just find somewhere else to drink?
there
You're
is
very smart.
the one survivor crying in the basement. She had a really bad time.
You say that as he leaves and goes down into the basement. You, shut up!
Oh, Jesus.
Get a hold of yourself. You're driving the customers away with your sobbing.
I'm not paying for you to cry.
Don't worry, she's just on lunch break.
Some break.
I'm more concerned.
She's broken.
I'm more concerned with the crystal wheat that was causing the Nafzalguin to go into this feral state.
You see,
When
Jib
was their
also
last thing?
vomits and then also falls unconscious.
Does he vomit
Jim!
the what's it called? Homunculus?
Oh, the fucking mushroom.
Oh yeah, true.
thing?
No,
it
no.
is. It's dead though.
Oh, I thought I was gonna come out screaming still.
That wasn't Jib. That was me.
Oh,
As a part
Oh,
of
that was. That's right.
as a
that
part
was
of my
you.
intimidation.
Jib.
No, I bit its head off as an
Yeah, you bit his
intimidation.
head off. Absolutely, absolutely. That was it. Yeah,
As
that's
you
true.
do.
Jib just vomits a human head.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
I do recall Gus trying to feed people to Jib to solve the puzzle of the burning tavern.
There was a bit more nuance to the logic.
The building is on fire. Maybe we should feed people to Jib.
Well, he's
Ever-
fireproof, so
Everett's petting Jib's like, oh, he had a little too much to eat, maybe.
Yeah, like fucking 3 years ago, this big ass thing.
Guys, why are you still here?
that's a good point. I do have to put in my report.
Shock
Waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. I'm here. Cause how do I word this for you guys? When
It's okay,
something like
Sloan. This was
happens-
not your fault.
Yeah, definitely not. That's a good one. I'll remember that. But like when you do something like this, don't you like leave? Maybe
We
you
can-
like.
But we saved that woman.
Yeah, and also, it's not going to be a problem. I took care of it.
Save Jib.
You do hear off
Save
the distance,
Ever.
the sounds of it sounds like plate mail hitting the dirt. Sounds like actually sounds like a few sets of armor coming in.
I'm gone. I'm out the back door.
I'm out. I'm out.
He flies out a hole in the ceiling.
We
back
established
door
there
is the
no back
basement.
door.
You can go hide in the basement though if you want.
I will try to stealth out.
Oh
and,
yeah. Okay.
And leave.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Go make a stealth check.
Oh, I better check on that person.
Yeah.
Hey, that's an employees only area. It's locked for now. Perhaps
My friend,
not going back
listen.
there.
it's okay. He's the most empathetic person I've ever met. If he can't get her
scurry.
out of this rut, I don't know who can.
So Sloan, as you dart out to try to like skulk away and see if you can evade notice, you pop out. You see just down the way here a Night Ordinator, a hulking tiefling of a Night Ordinator who is kind of approaching with a number of their tokens are on the map right now, but a number of Night Ordinators behind them, like in a patrol, seemingly coming and kind of response. Likely to not like attack.
He's
He notices
looming over
you,
a fresh kill.
seemingly notices you, but you're pretty quick, and you're able to scurry off, and he doesn't seem to give chase. So you find a nice spot to get away, and you can, so you kind of get over to this spot, away from notice for now.
Could I like fly up to the roof and listen in?
Absolutely. You can kind of hover above, and we'll just kind of put you here, just so you can still see the scene and such.
Yeah.
But we'll say you've circled around, hovered about where you can kind of get an earful at least, without being,
Does Spike have ears?
holes.
Yeah. Ear
Yeah,
holes.
so does he actually have ears, or does he have little holes on the side of his head?
No,
it
he has human ears on the side, just normal human ears.
Like Mr. Potato Head or something?
an argument could be made for like bat ears or something.
Yeah,
'cause
I
of
was gonna say, does he have, I don't know, dragons can have ears.
I vision his head as mostly koboldy, so probably not.
Have we ever seen his full head?
I mean,
Always under a hood.
he did strip down naked to like put the fires out with his robe, so I imagine you have a pretty good idea of what he's
A
working
haunting
with.
scene.
He has a third
Lots
nipple.
of scribbles.
Right
Lots
here.
of scribbles on his body.
A squadron of Night Ordinators led by this imposing Hulk. It seems to be a tiefling. He seems to have human origins, though, unlike Spike, who is a tiefling who has more koboldic origins. But you see him arrive. He is quite an intimidating figure. He's kind of has his chest puffed up, and he kind of gives the command to sit or halt as he steps into the tavern.
Oh,
Looks
Rupert,
around.
is that Sir Kiss My Ass?
Rupert will give a sort of salute. They're like, sir.
The constable.
At ease, Knight. what seems to be the situation?
Well, it looks like everything seems to be handled. There was the Jib here. He went crazy, but we and the other Nafsa Queen started attacking, but we think it might be linked to a crystal we found here.
Yeah, we got reports of a Nafsa going attack. Something about maddening.
Did it happen in many places, or was it just here?
Yeah, seem to be localized around this area. They were going mad, attacking people. We just well, we saw a few of them to get near. But here now, and I am keen on getting a clear picture. Because witnesses say it all seems to be the epicenter where it all went down. So, here to ask some questions and get an understanding. Good to see there's another ordinator on the scene, though.
Happy to have backup here, but I've got the scene secured.
Back to your full, detailed, honest recounting of what went down here.
Of course. And I don't know if you want me to actually do the whole thing, essentially do a recap again, but
He sits at the bar. You can like abstract it, but to tell it what details you go over. But as he sits at the bar and he slams on the table, a drink.
Please have my boot.
No glasses.
I like a fresh
only
one.
the boot.
And he looks at the bar. Of course. Eric's like, and he's like, that'll be. And then he said, before he can even mention the price, the night ordinator looks at him. You charge someone who has given so much to protect your insignificant lot? He's like, I'm doing a business here. How many coins? I goes up, just a silver piece for the drinks to be fine. And he looks, here, he flips him a gold coin. Keep the change. Everett nods.
He's so
What's a bottle, I
gracious.
think? Hell, serve yourself, then. Night ordinator, or here's the first one. I've got some employee business to tend to in the basement. I trust you, my friends. He looks over to all of you, Sloan, and the rest of the gang. Can clear up this business with the ordinators?
Of course, it should not be any trouble.
Right. He starts like hum a tune a little loudly to cover up the sounds of the muffled like sobbing as he unlocks the door and opens it. That goes in. That he goes in, disappearing beneath into the basement. So what do you tell him, and do you leave anything? Oh yeah, I guess just go over what you tell him.
Yeah, so just to kind of abstract a little bit, I don't think I noticed the shifty man, so I won't mention him, but pretty much everything about the attack, everything we know about what, kind of went on. And then when it gets to the pushing or like the barricade where he barricaded the door, he'd be like, I thought I had the door barricaded, but just to be safe, we Fungus decided it would be best if we pushed Jib in front of the door, and though I believe I might have been able to handle it myself, it was recommended that all of the citizens helped as well, and
you civvies, this useless lot. You saw the one I just got done talking to. He's trying to charge me. They don't fucking understand what we do to maintain order around here, do they? They don't get it. He didn't get it. They don't get it. And there's a reason we do it, because we're the only ones who can. You don't put them out on them. They're beneath us. They need our protection. It's the only way we maintain order.
I think it was because it was an emergency, and Fungus felt it was the best option.
Everyone wanted to help.
Though it was pointed out that Jib was attacking, and
everyone
we
might
knew the
want to
risks.
help, not everyone can.
True.
Sometimes
He did not help. He
when
died.
they try, they just get more people killed. I've seen it too many times. Interesting. What was your name there, Knight?
Rupert, sir. Sir,
Gonna put that in my
comma,
report.
sir.
He puts that out. Yeah, not looking good for you, Roop.
We saved the bar. The woman in the back.
Did you do it in a knightly conduct?
Rupert looked very good doing it.
I tried my best, sir.
You're new, ain't you? Hadn't seen you around. You must have only been here for the past few years. At least. You know what I just got back from? I just got back from a crusade. And you're gonna tell me this is what I left? Shit like you? Cleaning up my streets? What the fuck is going on in this city?
Sir, I apologize for any disgrace I've brought upon the Night Ordinators. Is there any way I could prove myself and improve?
Yeah. You go on a crusade yourself. See what's out there. Maybe then you'll have better perspective.
One of your books had that word, crusade. Will you get a book? Will Rupert be on a book?
Maybe.
I'd love to see that. Book of like an example of not how to be a knight. That's what I'd say it said. That'd be the title.
I wouldn't.
Cleverly
That would be a
written.
bad book. I don't want that book.
Well, if you don't want that book to exist, then you need to look at yourself. You need to look at me. You need to look at this city, and you need to look at the Night Ordinary, see what they represent, and decide:
Frog
do you
eyes.
have what it takes?
I do.
Do you have what it takes?
I do.
Do you have what it takes?
Yes, sir.
And prove it.
I will. I'll do a crusade. I'll save people, even if they can't save themselves.
Yeah. Be persistent in that goal. That goal to maintain order. That goal to maintain all that is right about the city of Asura. That is your purpose as a Night Ordinator. Do not forget it.
I won't.
Puts his hand on your shoulder, just has to kind of lean down. Now, what are you going to do to re-maintain order in this situation? Knight, before I take control of this scene, before I make my judgment, what are you going to do?
He's gonna kind of look at the scene, and he's gonna look around. He's like, I guess I should arrest the person that caused this.
He throws you a pair of shackles.
And he's gonna be like,
Huh? Put your money where your mouth is.
but that could be the
If
person
that's
that
what you
caused the
think is
maddening.
right, don't think about it. Don't doubt. Do. You don't have time to think. You have time to act. That's what Night Ordinators do. Act.
Okay.
And at this point, Spike will come back in and it's like, and the lore masters are the ones who do the thinking.
He looks at you. You. Feel like we have some kinship here, huh?
I'd somehow doubt it.
Well, you'd be lucky to have anything that's similar to me. Now, enough of your poncy little lawmaster shit. Go back to your books and your writing and your collecting the taxes and all that shit. We, knights, have some things to discuss. He's not all those. Yeah, they're heroes, whatever, but they ain't. They're still civvies, pretty much. Don't listen to the lawmasters. Don't listen to anyone but the
Ooh.
ordinators. Yep.
Ook. Is there like a thing I have as a shadow walker where I could basically tell him, shut the fuck up?
This is interesting. There's a lot of like.
Mhm.
The reason, I'm just kind of give you some insight here, kind of back
Yeah.
out for a second. The reason this personality can exist in this setup is because of the sheer amount of autonomy each guild has over its under guild has over its subdomains. So like it's like jurisdiction kind of thing.
Mhm.
What things they have jurisdiction over, they have jurisdiction over, and peacekeeping and like law and order of the city is this is kind of his ballpark. So
Gotcha.
considering that you don't have like a trump card like politically,
Mhm.
but
Actually,
perhaps you could play that to your own angle.
yeah. Well, considering that the crystal we destroyed that ended the maddening is some new type of magic we're not familiar with, I believe this isn't an ordinator business unless I'm mistaken.
Looks at you. Anything that disrupts order in my city is my business.
Even if it's magic you don't understand as a simple ordinator.
My job is to arrest the people responsible and then hand them over to you lot to figure it out. That's what I'm gonna do.
How do you arrest a crystal? I'm curious.
Whoever put the crystal, as you said, my knot here, mentioned a shady individual, gonna look into that. That's probably for one of the first leads. And then we're gonna look at this individual over here, a goblin in the corner. He looks pretty fucked up. And I don't like the things he did. In fact, they're rather illegal.
What did you do exactly? Find a crystal and allowed us to destroy it, thus ending the maddening? The people chose to assist us by their own free will. He did not coerce them or force them.
That may be, and maybe there's technically no laws about volunteers, but that remains to be seen. He's a crucial part of the investigation, and I'm taking him in.
Under what grounds?
Under the grounds that I make decisions.
So there's
that
no
keep order here.
law that he broke. You're just misusing your power without reason or
If you
or
got a problem with it,
justification.
you
I-
can talk to Night Captain Kiss My Ass.
Oh.
Oh.
I know.
Can I
him.
go?
Would I be able to pull rank, just like go up on the chain of command on him?
If you kind of bring it back to more
Yeah,
context,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you as a lore master, you know a lot about the laws of the city and law how all this kind of operates. Again, with the autonomy there is a certain expectation, or there is certain like self-governance. They have their own like internal affairs essentially. So what you would do if you had a complaint with a particular officer, you would go to their internal affairs, the Night Order's internal affairs, and launch a complaint essentially. That'll launch an investigation and things will get going from there. That is one way to do it. The Shadow Walkers, however, they might do some more subterfuge, blackmail, kind of dig some dirt, or maybe even something more underhanded, because ultimately, everything he's doing here is within his authority. He can arrest this person for if he believes they're part of the investigation. The Night Ordinators have that authority.
Okay.
But there are certain protections that people have within custodies and such like that. So he's not actually doing anything wrong, just that if there was something that a superior might not like, and you brought it to one of their superiors, that could be a sort of blackmail or a bit of subterfuge. It's just getting to know the superiors and getting to know the network of who's involved.
Gotcha. Well, I hope you do take good care of the man who helped raise me, and should anything befall him, I will make sure your demons come to light.
He looks at you. Face plenty of them down there in the lowlands. I'll face anything that I see up here. No problem.
Oh, you won't see it.
Well, I think that's just about enough of the questions. You got your report finished there, Night Ordinator Rupert?
Yes, but I would add that I don't think fungus is typically like this. So if I can ask for any sort of leniency, I would do that now.
Nods. Don't worry. We'll get the docs to look at him, make sure he's all there. But if you say so, and that's the word of a Night Ordinator, I can take that as a little bit of trust. He's an pissant like you. But I'll take that under consideration.
Thank you.
He won't be harmed. He'll be kept in a relatively cushy cell. And we're gonna figure out just what happened. And hey, Lord Master, I'm sure this won't be the last time you hear about it. We're gonna get you and them gemstone wizards, and maybe even some of them blood ragers coming in here to look at things. So, catch you on the flip side. As he goes over. Oh, yeah, you have my handcuffs, so you can do the cuffing. I want to see your technique.
Oh, sure. And he'll do it, but it's gonna be really loose. But he's gonna try to be like, nice and tight.
Could be tighter. And he tightens up much too tight.
It certainly looks like it is tighter. Yes. Great job, sir.
Right. Well, he picks Fungus up with one hand by the handcuffs and just like holds him like a sack, kind of throws him over his shoulder like a purse. Right. Well, see you at the headquarters, eh?
Yes, sir. See you there.
Bye, Uncle Gus.
As he pulls off. Hey, go. They're leaving and taking Gus into jail. Conveniently.
As he walks by, I mutter under my breath in Infernal, and I just basically call him Dickless.
And he gives a little bit of a laugh. You
They're
know,
friends now.
I'm not like you after all. And then he wanders off.
Did you hear that, Rupert? You might get a book.
Rupert is going to kind of slump down in his chair and like take off his helmet.
Is someone like prone behind the bar?
Yeah. As soon as the guy came in, I threw this prone on myself.
Just dived. You hear Ebert like kind of like ruddling with the door and opens up. Hey, is he gone?
Puts the helmet back on.
He's like peeking out, not like coming out. He's like peeking. He's creaked open the door a little bit, peeked his head out, like sees you. You're like almost face to face with your like level right now, and he's looking at you, Sloan. He's like, have they gone? Is he gone?
They're coming right back. They're coming right back.
And he slams the door back.
I go over to the bar and I like steal some stuff.
Make a sleight of hand check to see how much you get.
Okay.
Just what the fuck? Be fucking coming all the time.
No, I'm just.
All the man has is a boot.
The guy doesn't have a fucking glass left.
You
have the boot.
Drop a glass of it's not look just like a small decanter of like beer, and it is shattered down on the ground. It looked very bubbly though, whatever it was. He's like, what happened? He picked up the door, just it's even more slightly ajar than it was over before. He's like, what was that?
Oh, it was the ordinators. They slammed the door so hard a bottle fell.
Oh,
He's lying. He dropped it.
I am. Yeah.
oh. Are they gone now then? For sure?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all good. No worries. That was my fizzy drink.
Who decants beer?
Well, it was like a fizzy thing I was doing. It was like beer, but I put some Sprites in it, and I put some juices in it, and I had some sort of a little bit thing of this weird substance called club soda that the artificers gave me. I mixed it in there, and it was like bubbly. I called it my fizzy drink, and it was very tasty, and I was waiting for it to get to the right flavor. It's okay. It's not very expensive.
What? They made a soda out of a club? Like out of a
That's what they call it. Not sure what it means.
artificers.
Strange bunch. Anyways, glad he's gone. It seems like the lunch break's gonna be like an indefinite one. I'm just told to take the rest of the day off in the basement there. So I'll help you any way I need though. And we could just close up shop for the regulars. And frankly, you're the last regulars I have left now. I have to rebuild the clientele. That being said, could just be us hanging out in the bar.
You only have one table. Have you considered opening up the middle for like a dance floor or something?
Yeah, all these tables are, now destroyed, of course, so but we're here. And, you got yours, so for now it'll work, but I was thinking maybe we just pull Jib into the center, and maybe we put him on like a big platform that rotates, almost like a Lazy Susan of like Jib, where it just kind of rotates and like lets anyone see Jib from all angles. That's what I'm thinking.
The ceilings are like 7 feet tall.
Yeah.
We might have to make it a little taller in here. Hey,
You're going to make the ceiling taller?
Oh, please do.
correct.
Okay. everything just keeps getting worse in here. Guys, fucking, can we leave before, like, I don't know, the guildmaster himself kicks down the door and fucking trundles my nuts? Like, can we fucking get out of here? Jesus. It doesn't exist in this universe. Gorham.
By Gorham.
Gordon,
I do need to
Christ.
fix our guns, so
Yeah, that'd be super too.
And I
It's
have
just-
would be quite super.
I have a thing I need to do.
Like, we all got things we gotta do.
Just go
I'm
take
just
5
saying,
hours and
has a
do it.
question.
Just go. Just wander off without saying anything.
Why you
Just
gotta
walk
tell
away
everyone where you're
without
going?
telling. Just go. Do what I do. Disappear for
don't
6
care.
hours at a time.
No one cares.
I,
We're people. We're living. We're all adults here. Fuck,
We
I don't
got
understand.
jobs.
We go to do our day to day without having to tell each other every last bit.
Spike just got pushed his back.
2024.
Just leaves. Just leaves.
And he runs over as you're kind of heading out. Oh, let me get the lock for you. And he, just it's like a big lever, almost like a bar. Just like it just slide out of the way. It's like, shh. Probably could have used that when we were barricading the door. You know, my big door lock here. But I didn't really think about it at the time because, you know, is what is. Anyways, I could have broken down the door either way. Good. We did what we had
He has
to.
a big
I'm pretty
lock?
sure. Well, like, right.
How did I not see that?
20/20 hindsight.
I'm
you know.
proficient in perception.
Hey, there's no crying over spilt customers.
That's
he
true.
Just leaves.
Aye, new chance for new clientele, meet new people, etc., etc. All right, and so
My
as
perception
he
is frighteningly high, but at the time I did not consider it.
she departs, yeah,
I'm-
you
I'm-
head out.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that job for that guy for that thing.
Yeah, you do some things, some jobs for some guys, absolutely.
Well, because I did the body cleanup for a
No,
favor.
I know what you're referring to.
Oh,
Don't worry.
okay.
Yeah, I got you. It's more I'm being more on the nose with you being on the nose, and we're like being on the nose together, so it's kind of hard to
Oh.
tell where our noses are
Everyone
actually
has
meeting.
noses.
So we're basically just Eskimo kissing.
Yeah,
right
we're
now.
just like rubbing our noses together in front of everybody. Exactly. But yeah, absolutely. So, as you head out to go do your purposes, what are the other three of you doing?
What t-shirt
Well,
contest?
Boys,
I'm going to go
If you
fix
want to
our
get out of
guns.
here, we can. I don't want you to get fungled or whatever.
Oh yeah. Since we we're not in opening hours, let me just adjust the bore. He slaps the bore a little bit, and the music emitting from it changes and switches to a little more somber of a tone. There we go.
So you're looking for a guy?
Who?
I mean, I was behind the. I was overhearing what happened. And this night guy wants you to find some other guy.
Oh, he wants me to go on a crusade.
Yeah, I
what he
also
said.
heard that. It's a little bit worrying, but like, that's
It's
not
what
really my
knights do.
business, I guess.
That's what
But
they
I was
do.
talking more about. You said there was a shady guy and a crystal, and smells like, I don't know. Smells like.
You
funny
think they're
business.
related in any way? Why?
I mean, he kind of said it was. I was just going off what he said.
Yeah,
Look,
but
maybe we should come back.
we
and
can't
at this
rule out it was one
tomorrow.
of the dead people that did it.
Yeah.
How would they do it? They are dead.
Well, they put the crystal there, and then they died.
Why would they do that?
I can never understand the mind of a madman.
Yeah,
Everyone
good
seems
talk,
particularly
guys.
scared and not angry.
Like that.
It's very odd.
Well, sure. Same time tomorrow.
Yes. But do we go back to the cave? Can we still do that?
Someone has to care for the bees. and it is not me.
So want us to walk the bees, make sure they get out.
I have work to do.
Sloan, you're the best with people and animals. Do you think you could take care of the bees?
Yeah, it wasn't really that successful the first time. I could give it a try. Fuck.
Uncle Gus
yeah.
doesn't allow me there because I eat them.
All right.
After that time, I put a whole hive into my cheek pouch. Gus was very mad. He was a madman.
I mean, it sounds like he's still a bit of a madman. So, great. We come full circle, and everyone's leaving, and I gotta go take care of the bees. Fuck.
Well,
I don't know why.
Also, I will have your
I
gun
was coming
soon.
back. We were all just here having a drink, and everything is ruined, guys.
I'll help you take care of the bees. If you want. If not, you know.
I'm
you don't have
into
to.
it. Come on, Rope. We're taking care of the bees.
To bees. I'm pretty hurt though, so I hope I don't die.
I hear
Yeah.
that they like apples.
Applebee's?
Applebee's.
Yes.
Behold, it is canonical.
I used to work at Applebee's, and I will not allow it to be canon in this world.
Yeah, Epic, you got any apples back there?
What's an apple?
You know what?
It is a frog thing. You would not get it.
Well, have you heard of gravity?
No. That might be
Damn.
why.
I was going to work backwards from there.
They might be connected.
Why work backwards?
Well, you've heard
know
the
that-
story. Of course you've heard the story.
You know this Jesus guy we keep mentioning? Well, a long time ago, there was this Adam and Eve.
And an apple fell on their head.
Mhm.
And they
And they
discovered,
discovered
gravity.
Well, that
And
shit
then they
just
opened
fucking
up an
float
adult
around.
goods store.
Doesn't Rube like
As you
canonically
do.
shoot apples all the time? This guy just not know what apples
He
are
doesn't
for
know what
real.
an apple is.
They found the tree of.
You notice you've
Apple
never seen him
catapult
stock
tree.
an apple at his bar.
Have I seen him stock any fruit?
Nah, not a lot, no. But
Maybe
some.
dwarves do not eat
Does
fruit.
he have gangrene?
Scurvy.
How's a scurvy? Yeah.
He's got all the fruit in his basement. It's mine.
It's mine.
No one will ever know.
But as we kind of zoom out here, back to the city of Azor, it sounds like everyone's kind of heading out in different directions. Gus is going to jail. You're going to take care of who's taking care of the bees?
Roop
Rube.
and I.
Yeah.
Roop and you are going to take care of the bees, which the cave would be outside of this actual entire map. It'd be off map where that cave would be.
Damn.
You have to kind of leave the city and wander off to get to that cave. Damn. So it's a ways
Two
away.
hours.
Even renting a room of 6, we can't afford an apartment in the city.
No, you if you want to stay in the city, you each have a
Oh.
room in the
No,
Guild of Heroes.
cave.
But it's small. But if you want to go to the cave, it's a few miles from town.
Okay.
Don't worry, but we could travel.
Yeah, because they wouldn't. They wouldn't let
twice
Fungus
as
take
fast.
care of it himself. He had to do it for the whatever they're called,
The balance.
supers or something.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
had he also had to kind of illegally kidnap some bees to have the illegal bees that he has there.
Illegal bees.
Illegal bees.
Illegally bee.
So, are the bees self-sufficient, or do like the bees need to be watered and fed and stuff?
What
They
are the
need
bees'
to.
needs?
The bit. See, unfortunately, because of the nature of the bees, they're giant bees. They're massive. Like these are giant magical bees, and they live in the cave. Most of the cave is actually dedicated to being their hive.
Mhm.
But what the rest of the cave is dedicated to being is it has to be almost an artificial ecosystem that kind of keeps them from flying outside and doing things outside, because then they'll be spotted as illegal bees. So that artificial ecosystem needs to be maintained and tended to and
That
taken
makes
care of to allow the bees to do bee things.
Just hypothetical magic question. The bees are kind of like a hive, right? They're not fully self-sentient creatures. What would happen if
yeah.
you cast Awakening on a bee?
That bee would be Well, find out.
They would start to believe.
They would believe. Have you ever seen Bee Movie? It'd be like that.
I
He's
actually
beginning
haven't.
to believe.
Oh. Well, I have a treat for you. You should go watch that. Greatest piece of cinema in our time.
Sorry, I didn't mean to derail with metaphysical B question.
To derail, if you will.
So, I have to be right back real quick. I have a honeydew list.
Sure thing.
The puns. One of us.
That's why you always add
Rue.
bees to
You
campaigns.
will be assimilated.
I mean, you've been here more recently than I have, so I don't know what needs to be done.
Well, we have to get them on their walk. They need their time to fly and stretch their wings. They like to do a little dancing, so we might have to, play some music, do some jive. And then it's about feeding them. They like sugar water. But honey, most of all. So if we have honey, we should give them honey, but we can also have a little treat ourselves. Fungus always gives me a little spoonful.
I mean, a little spoonful of honey, might be nice right now, but yeah, okay.
Makes the murder go down.
It helps the medicine go down. Shit does. Wait, we gotta walk them and we gotta let them fly?
They just,
take all
I mean,
night?
we can let them do a little bit of dancing, but a little stretch, a little walk, it gets the heart rate up. It's good.
Good for their knees. The bees'
Right,
knees.
It's important to
It's what
keep
they need for the bee's knees.
strong. All right, well, I'll
It's something-
make sugar water.
Just a question for the two frogs. Have either of you ever felt hungry around the bees? An unnatural craving?
Well, especially
Yeah, I
now
was
that I
just
got
telling a story that I had eaten several of them, and
Now that I
jammed
have-
a whole beehive into my mouth at one point.
now that I have
So
Scout
I'm not
Strike,
allowed
when they fly, it becomes very tempting.
to just.
It's like, I want you to stop being in the air. Get out of the air.
Is this where your Dragoon anti-air stuff came from? I just want to kill stuff
Nicole,
out of the sky.
You need to stop being up there.
Be closer. You're not respecting
Only
my
I
boundaries.
could jump even higher.
To
I
get
could
all of
catch
the bees.
birds.
No bird would escape my grasp. But yes,
Root that
that
in.
answers
We'll
your
never be
question.
hungry again.
That guy
So
you was talking to. What was his name again?
didn't
Well,
get it.
it wasn't Sir Kiss My
Okay.
Ass or Knight Captain Kiss My Ass.
Right.
Can I roll to see if I knew that night?
Yeah, make a history check. Roll above a 10 and you're good.
Is that
On
above a
this
10? Nice.
Yeah.
Fat
Because
chance. Oh, never mind.
you, fat chance. You do know of him. His name is Knight Ordinator Modine. And you know a little bit about him. He is an ex-crusader and a veteran of many battles. His most famous tale revolves around the time a crusade he led ran into a roving warband of gnolls that the hefty tieflings slew in droves, all the way to their leader, a powerful shaman who was said to be capable of casting great hexes.
Moline, I'm begging you, please don't take my fungus.
Wait,
With
what is his
flaming
name?
locks of flaming hair.
Mo
Oh, great.
Dean.
Great.
Mo Dean. So you get the name
Dean.
Dean, and then you put Mo in front of it. Mo Dean, and spelled exactly how it sounds.
Yes, so that was Knight Ordinator Modine. He's a knight of great repute.
Yeah. You really want to go out crusading? Is
Well,
that-
it's for honor. Why wouldn't I?
I don't know. I mean, kind of got to go far. You kind of got to leave the city for a while.
Why
They
did-
just
Do you not want to leave the city?
I mean, there's nothing wrong with leaving the city. It's just,
No, it's great here. I love it. I would
You'd have
completely
to-
understand.
go out to the lowlands and seems like a lot of work.
I admit it's I would only admit this to you because you are my best friend. But
Of course.
it is very frightening. I'm not sure if I would be ready for a crusade like that. I think I would be
yeah, Roop, that's
in
fucking
a lot of
scary as hell,
dangers.
man.
It's fucking
the hell
it's
is
very
that?
scary. Yes, I'll die. I'm not as strong as
Roop,
him.
you gotta like just, I don't know.
I can't even
mean,
jump that high yet.
Yeah, exactly. You can't
I
even
can't
jump
even
that
break
high
my
yet.
move speed limit.
25 feet is
This-
not that high, really.
Yeah, that's so short. Yeah, I don't know. Just be careful about it.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what to think about this whole situation. It's all happening so quickly. Feels like just yesterday we were doing the trials to become heroes, and now all of this has happened. And I don't know. I wasn't ready for something like this.
Yeah, I mean, how could we be? Just I left for 5 hours and nothing happened.
Yeah, 5
Holy
hours.
shit.
Not just the 3 years, just 5 hours. It's crazy.
I mean, yeah, just I don't know. And he also seems like a bit of a prick, so maybe I can't tell you who to listen to. That's not my job. I mean, you got your own opinions. You're a smart guy.
Uh,
But yeah.
But I love this city, and I don't want to think of its people as like that.
Yeah, he was kind of wasn't really into the whole serve and protect thing or whatever they say. You know what they say. I also know what they say.
We all know what they say.
Yeah. Just, seems like maybe you're getting in with the wrong guys or something. But that's just, maybe that's just one guy, right? You've met other guys that are cooler.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've met so many cool people, and they're all good friends of mine too. I'm popular there.
That's really good. It's just, if they're all that, I mean, he seems like a popular guy, and if he's kind of, I don't know, maybe it's the wrong crowd. Just saying.
I think you're probably right, but that's why I appreciate you. Always give good insight.
Thanks, Root. I just, just looking out for you. You don't need me to look out for you, but just I'm looking out for you.
Watch out with a mind like that. I don't want you to go mad next.
That
Sorry,
you really
too
think he's
soon.
like gone
I think.
100% mad?
I don't know. Maybe looking back, there's some times that maybe I could have told, but so hard. I'm not sure how to feel.
Yeah,
So everything's
probably
up
right.
in the air.
It's irredeemable. He's gone crazy. Yeah, you're right, Root.
Wait, I didn't.
You were right to put shackles on him. That smart move.
Thank you.
That's why we need you in the city, Roop. You're keeping us safe.
I
thought I
appreciate
was
that.
safe, but you're here.
That's the nicest thing I think you've ever said to me. I feel like you recognize that I can become a knight, and I appreciate you.
I mean, I think you're already a knight. I don't get to make that decision, I guess. But when you made that hard decision of putting those shackles on Gus and sending him to jail to rot until he turns to dust, you made a tough decision, and just I don't know.
I think your belief in me is going to keep me strong.
Right. So strong that you can carry this sugar water out to the bees, because I can't carry that shit, man. I can barely get the sugar in the water.
I'd be happy to carry it.
Thanks, Root. You're the best.
No, you are. Never forget.
No, you're the best for allowing me to do the manual labor. Masterful gaslighting. I'm taking notes.
So ways off in the cave, you all. Oh, actually, that's a great spot for it, right there. I bet that'd be maybe not. But I'll like once I get a more zoomed down that. But I actually like that spot a lot, like into the cliffside. But that is pretty close to the town. I suppose not. That's like a half a mile.
That's
Let's see
right.
that.
To the
like
frog?
definitively outside of the town.
Yeah, that's like out in the woods, out in the
It seems
bayou.
like the type of bureaucratic bullshit that Gus would be like, I'm technically outside.
This isn't
Fuck off.
technically. It's all
Also,
wilderness.
if we put it there, the frogs absolutely climb the wall, going like all the way around.
That's fun.
Also,
Let's get this.
we have a mile-long driveway.
Hell yeah!
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Cave.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Which
Other
is
people call
weird.
it an inconvenience. Gus calls it a feature. Just everyone a mile away. Stay the fuck away.
Walk the bees down the driveway.
Well, and there's
bees
like
are-
trees. There's trees for the froggos.
That's true.
And there's like, I don't know, a farm here or something where like they can go and like,
Steal
what do bees
food.
do with flowers? They like sex all over the flowers or something?
Yeah, yeah.
Make more
Sex with
bees?
flowers, yeah.
Yeah, but ideally, like, because of the illegal nature, there's like the fake ecosystem in here, so they can't be taken out too far. So you gotta be careful with your walkings on them. You can like take them out, but you can't let them go too far. You
I
don't
love
want
the
too
idea of
far.
having like twine attached to a bunch of
Yeah,
individual
you freeze
bees
them?
and, like balloon strings.
Fungus has to freeze them all, tie them up, and then let them walk.
Yeah. So, you two are at the cave. Gotta having your cave thing. Where is Ruben going?
Ruben is going to. I feel like maybe this is something we can establishing him. I feel like Ruben actually has like some kind of like gun enthusiast type of dude in the city, like just some weird guy who like is probably like one of the better gunsmiths in the city or like even in the region, but people avoid him because he's just kind of eccentric and weird. But that's probably where he's going. He's probably like good friends with this guy because Ruben is like incapable of being weirded out by creepy people. Like he doesn't really understand. So he's just like this old weird dude will just talk to him on and on and on and on and on. And Ruben just kind of zones out and enjoys every second of it. So I think he has some really old man, like gun fanatic, like those weird dudes who are really into airsoft, like really into it. It's like that, but with actual guns.
I'll let you kind of make some decisions here. I could see that kind of individual easily fitting into the Artifice Academy. He could be like a crazy gun nut who's just building crazy guns in the Artifice Academy. I think
Yeah.
that's where he's doing it. So it could be there. Could be you were to go talk to him.
Yeah. That's where I'm going to, because I'm going to work on my guns, and I think he has like like little gunsmithing tables and stuff, like workshops. And he just like lets Ruben do it, and he kind of to watch Ruben figure it out. He's not going to help it because he wants to learn to figure it out on his own. But I think it makes him happy to see this weirdo little frog thing like actually figuring out over years how to put a gun together.
I got you. As you come in and you come into the workshop where you have spent many days, and you see the shriveled older gnome individual who has these gigantic spectacles that are good for zooming into like intricate gunwork. He has frizzled gray hair that looks almost like a troll doll. His body is very small in a slender frame. And he turns like, you've returned. Welcome back. It's good to see you.
Hello.
I trust you want to use the workshop? Want to get some crafts going?
Yes, I have guns to fix and money to fix them,
Okay.
but I want to do it myself. But you will have the
Oh.
parts that I need.
Yeah, we could work something out. Maybe I could show you what I've been working on. I got some fun new stuff. If you want to go down the range, and we can maybe, Oh, I guess it's late. I guess it is late. Time got away from me. I've been working pretty hard on this new thing. Very,
It is
very
okay.
excited.
My brother is walking the bees.
Oh,
I have
Wow.
time.
cool.
There are a lot of bees to walk.
Well, it doesn't fully work yet, but let me show you. And he takes these two looks like knee pads that kind of have haphazard guns attached to the side of them, and he's like,
do.
and he's like, okay. So I think I could double the amount I could shoot if I could just find a way to have firearms attached to my knees. That's the idea here. So I got these here, they attach. They just got to strap on like knee pads, as you'd expect. And then on the sides, they have these buttons. I'm trying to figure out where it was. Right now, I got the one the inside of the leg. So what you do when you want to shoot, you kind of like slap your knees together, and then it shoots. That's kind of the starting way. We'll see. We've got other methods, but let's go test it out. I haven't gotten everything perfected yet. And he kind of runs out back to his gun range. There's a little like set up right in the very back of his workshop. It attaches by a door, and it goes to this little area. And he's like, "All right, I've got some targets set up. They're at knee height, which helps."
I can jump.
Oh, do you want to put them on? You really? Okay, cool. Even better. He takes them off of himself and puts them on you.
This fucking explosive kneecap things. Sure. What is the worst that could happen?
Okay, so again, when you're doing it, when you're firing, you jump up into the air, and just, or if you're doing a jump, and then slapping these together, and then wherever you're aiming to shoot.
Okay.
Jump. So go ahead and as you're jumping, go ahead and make a just attack roll with your gun, normal gun. Use the same proficiency and all that good stuff.
Okay. Can I do this without it eating ammo? Whatever. I'll undo it. Gun. Kerbal.
Oh, quite easily, impressively, you jump up and you slap them together, and the bullets go right on target and hit both targets right in the area. Yeah, and they blast through nicely. Hey, good stuff. So
I think when Ruben jumped up and banged his knees together and fired the recoil, spun him in a somersault or something, lands on the ground. He's like, this works. These are cool. People will buy these.
Yeah, and when they're ready, see, I give these to you, but theoretically, if you hit them the wrong way, they kind of explode. So, it's good they didn't. And two, well, that's the main thing. But once they don't do that, I'd be happy to get you a pair for a nominal fee, of course.
Exploding knees sounds like a problem.
It is. Takes off. You see him kind of limping a little bit back to the inside of the workshop. But not one that can't be overcome.
Here are your knee guns.
Sorry to distract you with all my boring hobbies. What did you come here for again?
My old rifle.
Oh, you want to
money
work
to
on
fix
it. Excellent. Well, I've been wanting to see what that hunk of junk has been doing. It's quite an old model, as you know, but it's a goodie. Oldie, but a goodie. I'm favorable to these older types myself. But, yeah, wherever you found it, you said you found it in the lowlands. Can't imagine how long it's been sitting there.
Probably. I don't remember much past a week ago.
Fair enough. Well, let's go and get to it, shall we? I got some solvents to get rid of some of this rot. I got spare parts to change out some of these interworkings and get this thing going lickety-split.
And I want to put this onto my gun. And he's going to pull out this.
Oh, easily attached. We can make a modification for that. No problem.
To stab people with.
Might cost, we'll say, half the bayonet cost. Probably half the cost of a bayonet, just to attach it and get all the extra modifiers. Which is not very much, if I remember. That would be weapon mods.
Even if it costs a single copper piece, I can't afford it. I have exactly the amount of gold to fix these two guns.
You do have some extra in your inventory,
I do?
right? Because I accidentally overpaid you. Or I purposely overpaid you.
Oh, right.
A little bit of extra
Okay,
gold.
I might have enough. You're right, because
Okay.
your gun's repair cost was actually lower than we thought it was.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
only 10. It's only 10 gold for the attachment cost.
I might have enough. I don't know.
Let me
It's
go get my
100 it's
brother. He
100
can count for me.
How much was it to repair yours? Sloan?
62.5, and I gave you 82.
Wait, hold on. I had 100 Oh, yeah, right. Because I had less than 100. I had 93, and then you gave me the bit for yours. So mine's 100. I have 175. So how much does yours cost? 62 and a half.
Yep.
There you go. I have 12 and a half gold left.
Which is
Perfect.
only 10 gold you need for the bayonet attachment.
This is doable.
Not. All right, well, let's get to it. And he cracks his knuckles and then kind of stretches his back, and the tool's going. It'll probably take a few hours of work throughout the night, but with his help and his advanced workshop he has, it won't be too much of an issue. But yeah, there you go.
You happen to have any spare bullets?
Yeah, and he can sell you bullets for the price of bullet.
How much are bullets?
How much are bullets? I
don't
think
know
they're
this
lists. Actually, I think I can check with the. I think they might be listed on your item, but they might not because it's WCX prices. Ammunition, bullet. It is 30 copper pieces per bullet.
Each? Okay. Perfect.
So 3 silver. Why'd they do this? Why did you do this in copper? Ask Fungus why you put that in copper.
I don't know. That is kind of dumb. So 3 silver a piece. So
That's 30. No, that's 10. No, that's 10 bullets for 3 gold.
so I will get less than that. I will figure it. But that was what I'm doing.
you know,
Repairing
I
the
also-
rifle, repairing the pistol, putting the bayonet, and then spending every other penny that I have on bullets because I do not require sustenance.
As he sees like you running out of cash, he's like, well, if you had a little more coin, don't forget silver bullets that can help you on to do a lot of stuff. A little more expensive, sometimes nice to have, I find. Especially if you go in the lowlands. Ooh, never know what you're gonna run to down there.
Are lowlands where crusades are?
Yeah. They
I
usually
have a
go into the
crusade
Deadlands.
soon.
Oh, well, you know, if you're going on any expedition, any minimum expedition, it's gonna be minimum like a few weeks because, of course, when you leave the giant keeps moving, and then you have to track the movements, and then they're fast, you're slow, etc., etc. So just be prepared if you do have to go into the lowlands. All I'm saying. Wouldn't want anything to happen to my little froggy buddy. And he pinches your cheek.
Oh.
I
So
forget your
should I
fingers is numb poison bad.
Should I buy these silver bullets instead for my crusade with Rupert? He is getting a book.
They're kind of expensive. That's why I only mentioned it so you keep it in your mind. They're 15 gold each.
Why are the bullets of silver
They're hard to make.
15 gold? Oh. Can I just put a silver coin into a bullet?
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
Ask Fungus.
Oh, he's in jail.
the creator, because he's marked them at 15 gold pieces per silver bullet. He must have. I'm curious about that there too.
At least he did not say 150 silver.
150 silver.
We do think he's bad with numbers.
So he should have 1,500 copper. Just 1,500 copper pieces. Yeah. Odd.
Please are not priced in Electrum.
Should have been.
7.5 Electrum.
Guz's currency.
Right. Then yes, just your bullets. And when you are done with your knee gun, I want to try them again.
That's come by any time. I'm doing more tests, and I'm gonna get it right. They're gonna be non-explosive to where they shouldn't be. Maybe they will be explosive. Maybe they will. Oh, if they launch like projectile rockets, that could be kind of cool.
Could you make one that fits inside of my cheek pouch?
I'd like to try. I need
Like
to
a
measure
cheek
the
gun.
inner dimensions of your cheek pouch.
Okay. And he just fucking just like cracks his mouth back, unhinges his jaw like a goblin shark. It's like a trash can lid that just opens up like you step on his frog foot and his head just and cranks open.
He just goes like, it's weird. It's like, there was a pouch back here. Ooh, venom, right. Poison, I guess. Sorry.
It is
puts
bigger on the
gloves.
inside.
Puts on some thicker gloves. He's like, all right, time to get in here. And he opens the pouch, looks in here like, it's
The whole time he's in
marsupial.
there, Ruben's
Reminds
tongue
me of
is
the
just
interior of a kangaroo's pouch. More hairy than you'd expect. As he starts to reach around in there. Okay. And he pulls out some like measuring tape. Okay. All right. All right.
His dentist
Ah.
sounds.
I got a good idea of the inside of your mouth now. What do you want to do with it? You want it in there?
Why did I do
You're
this?
the expert. What could you do with it? This is just where
That's
I
a
keep
good
my
question.
bullets.
That's a good question. I'll think about it. If
Okay,
you come up with anything, let me know.
okay.
Free real estate.
There could be a lot of things.
Now you have your measurements,
Yep.
and now I never have to do that again.
Never again, unless you go to a different artificer.
I would never. You're the only one for me. Person with a name.
Oh, you know my name. You've been coming here for years. It's, of course, Nub.
It is not pronounced noob.
No, Narub with N-R-U-B. Narub.
Nub.
Narub.
Okay, Nub.
That's his workshop right there. Look at it.
I would never go to another place.
Good.
There is only one Nub. You're
Narub
the
would
biggest
never
nub
forgive
I
you.
know. Greatest nub. The nub to nub all nubs. There should be a book about
Okay.
you too, Nub.
Okay, well, it's getting late, so maybe it's time you'll hit the road now that your gun's all fixed up.
Oh,
Both
they
of them.
are fixed. Okay.
Looking good. This was conversations happening throughout the workings, of course.
Great.
It's a few hours of work, but that's being done. But of course, there's a lot of time left in the night. Where might
That is his brother, the Bean.
Spike?
No, man,
Where might
Bean.
you be going to?
To pick up the stuff I need to put in that person's food and finding out whose food I'm putting it in. So I'm going to my tweaky contact who's like,
Going and doing the work. So as you come back to him and you find him, he's, easily accessible in the Shadow Walker Den, which, just to kind of describe what that is, it is a complex series of buildings that has various intricate wooden walkways to get to various parts of it. There are underground sections. There are, but it's a series of buildings that are kind of attached through various means. It's meant to be kind of almost maze-like, so it's kind of hard to navigate for uninitiated. But you find your way into the Shadow Walker Den, into the den of your or the area of your you meet your contact typically. He's like, oh, hey. He's kind of still kind of looks like he's still scratching. Doesn't feel like he's kind of had time to scratch that itch, whatever that itch is. He's like, hey, you're back soon already. How to clean up, work out, all good, yep.
yeah, there was an ordinator, came asking questions,
They do that, always asking questions.
They're not
Making
good at
state-
thinking.
I hate
Assuming.
those fuckers. Always asking, thinking.
Asking all them
And
questions.
it makes our job hard. I hate it.
Yeah.
We could get more done for the better of the city. And also, don't they realize that what we do for the city is way more important than what they do?
I just like stabbing people.
Same, but
Yeah.
it gets the work. It's important work.
Yeah, and we're quiet about it and clean,
Yeah, yeah.
and tidy.
And we don't make a big deal about it. Don't stomp around asking silly questions, make it loud, announcing our presence with loud yelling and all that barbarism, etc.
It was big guy, tiefling. I had a stick up his ass, figuratively.
You're talking about Modine. Yeah, prick. He thinks he's some big shot just because he fucking killed some gnolls, went to the lowlands, done a bunch of expeditions. You know, I personally, as a Shadow Walker person, I've only operated in the city. But, you know, I bet I could do just fine in the lowlands, personally. Can't be that big of a deal. I think the stories are exaggerated.
I may need to get some dirt on him. We'll see how it goes. Doesn't need to be real.
Oh, I'd love that. I'd love nothing more.
But in the meantime, you needed me to do the thing for the person in the
Yeah. So, you can do it how you will. It's discreet. It's low key, but it's got to be done by the end of the week.
Okay.
He slides the little envelope. There's an individual in here. Doesn't need to be killed. Just needs to stop talking, if you know what I mean. Just this, no more. That, no more. That, as long as they just can't talk anymore.
Can I
Or don't
kill
want
him?
to. Yeah, if you want.
Okay.
That also works. But if they die, make sure they go away forever. And you know, you just fill us in where you leave the body and we'll send cleanup. All works out.
All the details? Are in the
all the
envelope?
details are in the envelope. Picture, name, what information we've gathered, which he lives in Azora. We know a lot about him. It should be a cakewalk.
And you said something about putting something in someone's food?
Yeah. That's a little more complicated. So,
So there are 2 jobs.
there is a 2 job. I decided to give you this one instead because it's a little more appropriate for just a cleanup job. I thought about it. Yeah, I give you a good deal. But there's a second job. Other job. If you need something, come to me. I got the job for you. Or I can come up with a nice reward. It's a little more high profile.
Really?
Someone important needs to
important?
eat some food. Well, ain't a guild master, ain't one of the leaders of the Underguild. Don't get too scary, buddy. He's up there. He's up there, and I know you got some ties with the Lord Masters yourself, but he's someone up in there.
Okay.
He's
Make it
got
easy.
some laws he's pushing forward that are a little against what we want. Honestly, we gotta just cut that in the bud. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Give me the details on that. I'll see what I can do.
Absolutely. I'll get an envelope for you, just like I usually do, and then I'll also come up with something making it worth your while.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah. And if you think of anything you need, come back to me, and maybe that could be the thing. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see how it develops.
Absolutely.
Keep
Absolutely.
it loose and goose.
Keep it loose. Keep it like a shadow, baby. I don't know. I was just trying something new. I don't think that works though.
It doesn't, but I was indulging you.
All right. Well,
Alright.
see ya. We need more slogans here. Honestly, that's what I'm realizing. Our factions need like slogan names. That's what I'm gonna come up with.
Okay, but like,
Working on it.
hear me out on this one. What if there's nothing? We're just a whisper in the wind.
Oh, that's pretty good. We just when we're done talking, we just stay eerily silent.
I take the envelope and I leave.
Yeah. And as you as you head out, so all of you have kind of taken care of some various night business to probably wrap up all the things you can do within the night. However, now it is time to probably seek rest. It's getting in the wee hours of the morning, or whatever you want to do with the rest of your night. I suppose you could stay up all night and start being tired, but that's up to you.
It depends on how quickly I can take care of this job.
The rest of your night, yeah. Oh, that I should get ahead of myself. Yes, that job. Looking at it, it's pretty simple work. You can take care of it within the end of the night. No real issues. It's just some minor wet work, essentially. But that being said, it's all resolvable pretty quickly. So all's well that ends well. isn't it?
So can I go do that?
Yeah, absolutely. So you take care of that, abstracting it.
Oh,
For
okay.
yeah, exactly. It's a little, just because we have a pacing, unfortunately. I wouldn't, if we were in like a more open campaign, I probably would indulge in like a more longer term side quest, kind of going into all that, because it'd be fun. But for this, we will say the job is simple. It is done. It is something well within your skill set. But the second job, that other job might be a thing. If you do want to go do it, maybe we do it. But it's a thing.
Yeah,
It's a thing.
because that'd be nice to be able to do.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Getting into some sneaky stuff. That being said, you all find your ways to your various resting places, wherever you may be, or wrapping up the night places if you're not specifically sleeping in your sleeping places. But as the night wraps up and we all find our places in our where is everyone going to sleep, I suppose, is the question I'm getting at. I suppose the people in the cave sleeping in the cave, or going back to your
No, I'm going back to my place.
going back to your place
I
in
don't
the guild.
sleep here anymore.
Gotcha.
Rupert sleeps here.
In that case, Sloan, you go back to the dormitories within the Guild of Heroes, which are all kind of part of the central structure here. And Ruben, where are you going to sleep? Where are you going?
Going to the guild because I have to put Sloane's gun where it belongs.
Absolutely. And then finally,
Terribly gift wrap on like his front door.
where might Spike be getting rest?
Does he need to sleep, or can he just meditate because he's a tiefling?
Tieflings have that ability?
I mean, I don't expect to like only have to do half of the time like an elf, but like
Oh, like could you? Yeah. You could, the flavor wise, you could be in
Yeah.
like a trance-like state. Absolutely.
all right. Then can I just like go down to like the torture pits of the Shadow Walker's den and just meditate in the torture pits?
Yeah,
Like,
just
play a
listening to
little-
everything. It's like
Yeah.
white noise. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And there, very peaceful.
The sweet music of Azora. Oh,
Oh,
how
my
lovely thou
favorite
art.
place in the city. But
Truly, the
at
timbre
that-
of the instrument.
we will take our break here. We'll take a God. I have a new background on my computer, and I have the thing set to where my Windows taskbar looks like it takes a color scheme from the background, and the new color scheme that it has, I cannot fucking see the clock. It's just like it's invisible. That's why. If you ever see me doing this, I'm trying to see, and I gotta change the
If
font
it
to
just
white.
goes full Doulahan, that's where we know he's leaning off to the side.
What time is it?
5:30, so 8:30.
Yes. So at about 15 minutes, so about 8:45. Let's 8:45ish. Well, let's try to meet back here, and we'll continue from there. See you all then.
But then it was like the more we played, the just every like match she would come in swinging, and then I would like sandbag a bit just to figure out what the fuck this new character does, and then just like dumpster her for like a good 15 minutes. And she's like, we can't play games together anymore. She's there to have fun, and I'm there to win.
Yeah, that seems like a healthy.
Yeah.
I actually do have to be right back real quick. I just realized because biology.
Because that's how body do.
Do be that way. Do in fact be that way. Whew.
I just showed Phantom my cool Star Wars shit that I haven't hung up yet.
Nice.
I have like these big, like framed things, and they're printed, but they're like gold leaf printed, and it's like blueprint schematics for. I have one for R2D2, one for the Millennium Falcon, and one for an X-wing. But like, they're really cool.
That's cool.
I have to hang them up, and they were gonna go on the wall
When
that
you
I'm
hang
now
them,
up against.
you should
'cause
put
I
a
used to be over
picture.
there.
You should put a picture up somewhere.
I should. I tried to show them on the camera, but the computer glaring off of them doesn't work too well because it's all reflective. But
Yeah.
they're very cool.
I do want to see that when you get it. It's
Mhm.
cool. I like me some Star Wars. Myself.
I'm saying they were my girlfriends, but then
Ah.
when we moved here, I just yoinked them because Star Wars is for boys, not
It's
for
for-
girls.
It's for the boys.
They're
Sure.
supposed to have squishmallows.
Oh, I said it. Oh, I said it. It's always been true. I was
They
George
were in her
Lucas's dream.
office. I think she's shown you guys maybe, because she likes to come in and show stuff. She's really into Gundam,
Yeah, we've seen the Gundam.
building those. So she has one of those like tall glass display cases of all of her Gundams. Quirky thing.
Just quirky thing.
Gundams are also for boys.
Have you tried the new Gundam Overwatch game yet?
Yeah,
Is it good?
it was fun. It was kind of novel, but it was also very like once you actually get to the competitive aspect of it, it's like Barbatos is kind of like owns the game. It's like very polarizing for how powerful that specific character is. So it's less like pick the thing, and it's more like okay, each side picks their Barbatos, and the other people work around that. So it just like wasn't really well balanced, and the maps are really boring. But I feel like it could go somewhere.
my
Just doesn't have a big enough fan base.
medication occasionally gives me a choice: stop what I'm doing immediately or shit my pants. And
Are you ready to
I know
make
what I
that
choose
call?
every time.
And you can't smell through Discord.
So I made a decision. I
Annoying
won't
guys,
tell you
I seem to
which.
have both shitted and farted.
so what I might do is I might switch to my phone and bring the D&D game into the map.
Yeah, I
absolutely.
appreciate that actually.
Just get the real RP.
Facing cam.
Yeah. Not muting either. Got to be on like speakerphone. Yeah.
Just hot mic it.
So
Bullshit you. I had Tex-Mex. So.
so did Spike. I'm full in character.
I mean,
It's the only way.
he does canonically eat out of a dumpster occasionally.
Yeah.
Which he probably still does.
I feel like he has the
Basically, is
constitution for
Tex-Mex
that.
food. That's basically the same thing.
You shut your mouth. Oh my god. Woo!
That's fine
Eggshells.
words.
Oh my god, I will fuck someone up for some Mexican food.
It's Tex-Mex specifically, though.
I literally had Tex-Mex before the game.
No, I do like both.
I grew up in
But
Oklahoma, so that's my shit. And now I'm in Arizona, so it's still my shit. This now has
the
cactus in it.
classic close to Mexico places.
Because when I think of Mexican food, I think of Oklahoma.
I think of Oklahoma.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Correct.
Makes sense. So, that being said, as we return here, it is now the next morning as all of you arise in your various resting positions. It seems like the night's torture has just ended, Spike, but Now the morning torture begins. It begins. The cycle starts all over again.
But the shifts change.
It's a shift
His
change. Yeah.
version of the Disney Princess Wake Up. Oh, yeah, that's good morning. I love a bit of screams with my Joe.
Yeah, they switch from the Iron Maiden to the Rack. Which is,
Yeah, it's time to so we'll switch it over. But the two
Drawing and coloring in the morning
well,
to go with my eggs.
Rupert, you of course alone in the cave. The two are in the guild, and we're gonna jump over to one of you individuals in the guild first, who are resting in your designated lodging in the hero's dormitory. Here we peek over to Sloan. What's Sloan's morning? Describe Sloan's room with the knowledge that you essentially have a cubicle of space. It's enough for a bed and like a few like a personal effects. It's almost like a prison cell. Think of a prison cell. You have about a prison cell size space.
I have a question about that.
Absolutely.
Is the prison cell medium or small?
We would say like a medium prison. So a
Like
prison
size
that
for
can fit-
medium-sized creatures or small-sized creatures?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They are size for medium. Actually,
So-
they have varying ones depending on the creatures. So they do have small ones, medium ones, and large ones. And you have been assigned a small one because you're a halfling. But proportionally, they're all the same size. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I was just
For how
curious.
much
I was just curious if our party like got an advantage, like more real estate because we're small.
No, they considered it because of all the small races here. They had to be like, well, there's no reason to not save on space.
The best
And they
way
did.
for equality is inequality. It has to be relative.
It's relative quality.
Relative
It's equity.
equality.
Relative equality.
The bigger place, bigger races get bigger room.
But
Smaller
but it's
races get
proportionate.
closets
Well,
But it's
where they
proportionate.
belong.
It's proportionate. It's proportionate. But with that knowledge of your, think of it. It could. This room could easily fit two halflings, like in a bunk bed setup, and have enough for their personal space. Just to give you an idea. But
I
it's
don't know
only
halflings have
one.
personal space.
It's only one. So with that in mind, what does Sloane's room look like?
I think Sloan's room is a bit of a mess. Probably has like a bunch of adventuring gear that he never uses because he never takes those jobs that require it. Just like strewn about. He definitely has like a small table with a stack of letters that are more or less missives from Rose Finch that are sort of stacked, but like they're all slightly different sized and are probably falling off the table. So it's definitely got like a little area to put his pistol that he treats it as more of a like look at the fancy item that I have as opposed to a this is my weapon and it's ready to go whatever. And I think they probably keep their background items, the items from the city map and the token from his parents' tavern in like a little satchel sort of near or like hidden sort of around the bed, not wanting anybody else to see sentimental pieces of their past.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I'm sure they never make the bed either.
And you are kind of just waking up as the light hits through your window. It shines into your eyes and wakes you up a little abruptly. It is quite early in the morning, about probably around 7:06, 51 seconds into that minute to be precise. But yeah, you wake up. What's your morning routine like? How are you waking up? What are you doing as you wake up? As you getting up, wake up, wake up, wake up. The sun says, wake up.
I'm sure Sloan normally wakes up and then immediately like rolls on the floor, takes a moment to actually wake up, and then they're off to somewhere to get food. But I think this morning, right, the shoddily wrapped repaired handgun is outside my door. I believe.
Where'd you leave that? Oh, or do you still have that, Reuben?
Yeah, he would have left it like very like shittily gift wrapped, quote unquote, like in newspapers with twine or something, like left on the doormat, we'll call it, the welcome mat area of his door, just outside. Assuming no one's going to just steal it because we're heroes.
Yeah, it's still there.
So yeah, so Sloan opened the door, going to get, like this morning's breakfast / a drink. Just like,
As you open the door, and like, see, the gun is still there, and it is in fact being held by a familiar figure. And he looks at you. Hey,
hey, that
you
I
shouldn't
don't know
leave
what the
these
fuck-
things lying around in front of your door.
I mean,
I noticed you're a little bit
newspaper?
messy. Doesn't seem like you got a lot of order going on here, so I can kind of understand how you think it's
Look.
fine. And maybe it is inside your own little private domicile, but maybe keep it from spreading out into the public hallway.
Yeah, well, if that bundle of garbage was on my doorstep, then it's mine, and I'd like you to give it to me.
Yeah, here. Keep it to
Right.
yourself. I was coming here to let you know about your friend. Didn't know how to find the other frogs. But
Oh, Gus. Yeah.
yeah, well, we've been studying them all night. Found some weird stuff. Turns
He's a
out,
weird guy.
well, I don't know. I'll tell you, you can tell your friends. He's got like a... What they told me was he's now part Nafsagween. Seems he's been doing some sort of experiments, he says, on himself. And this is, well, led to some altercations, quote unquote. That's the words they told me. Don't fully understand what it all means, but it is what it is. So, they're looking into maybe finding a way to remove that, whatever. But it seems whatever affected the Nafsagween at the tavern might have also been affecting him a little bit.
That's... Yeah. I woke up like 2 seconds ago, so he's like pot Nafsagween, and he's like, okay, you're gonna keep tabs on him. Wait, is he still in jail?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Okay, that's hilarious. Okay, yeah. Thanks for letting me know that, actually, because that's
That
that's
really
like
went my
news
thing.
that I did want to know.
Really
Oh
butted my
God,
ankle.
he's in jail. He's in... Sorry, this is a serious matter, and
I
you'll be
am
hearing.
Pleased
from-
to see you love Law and Order so much. You just can't contain the excitement. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's important to me. The law and the order, in that order. That's my order. Well, if you don't have much else to bother me about, I want to leave.
Am I being detained?
Yeah. Well, good. Anyways, just wanted you to know. Also, you gotta work on your hiding skills. You're very obvious behind the bar.
Fuck you.
All right. Well,
But you're probably right, yeah.
just
That's one of
saying.
the worst things you can say to a halfling ever. Your hide 6 skills are shit.
It was just warning you because if you ever had to hide from a big monster or something, I know you like to hide your kind. Whatever.
That's extremely
So,
racist.
Who's your supervisor?
Anyways, I'm gonna go get some
Hey,
breakfast
What's your dad?
myself.
Do you... It's... Yeah, who...
I'll see you
Whatever.
later. It's like leaving, just walking away.
What the fuck is the command structure? Oh my god, it's like
It's
Oh,
kiss my ass.
iambic pentameter or whatever. Fuck, whatever. Doesn't matter. Fungus is in jail. Oh yeah, no. That's anyway, I tear apart the newspaper. Ah shit, my gun's fixed. Or at least
He didn't know it was the guy. Says, yeah, that pile of shit's probably mine. So hand it the fuck over, whatever it is.
Fuck
Don't
over.
give a shit what it is. It's just
Give
it's
it to me.
mine. Get your fucking hands off it. Oh, it's my fucking gun. Forget about it.
I mean, actually, you know what? Maybe it's not fixed. I gotta shoot it, but I mean, Rube's pretty good at that shit. All right, well, I guess I gotta find other people. Or, you know, it'd be funny. just talking to himself on the way. Underneath. If I just didn't tell anybody. Oh, Fungus stays in jail for another day. Anyway. And I'm off to the canteen or whatever the equivalent is in the guild hall.
Yeah, there's like a big kind of cafeteria kind of area that kind of serves a lot of various vendors who kind of come to fill this purpose. You spend coin here, of course, to eat, but there is a discount for those who are members of the guild. It's kind of like a mall cafeteria and a food court, really, when you think about it, because people could just kind of come in here and eat. People do. But yeah, here you are, and you got all the various types of food. You got like halfling food. You got, you know, Leonin food, which is particularly rare meats. You got Loxodon food, which peanut-based things.
Just a bunch of nuts.
Just a bunch of peanuts, big ones. I don't know.
That's all. What else is he? Just
What else
peanuts,
is
right?
peanuts? Just peanuts, just solely peanuts, and so on and so forth. But you come to the
Next character
cafeteria.
concept.
Somebody
Uh,
text Zoe.
Exactly.
Loxodon chef. All he does is peanut-based stuff.
But as you come in to
Very dense in
the
protein.
peanut gallery, where all the peanuts are, you can find relative cheap meals. A meal will just cost you probably about a silver coin for anything here. Just kind of get fed if you're looking to do your daily rations and all that. So, make sure you guys all long rest if you didn't, et cetera,
Oh,
et
yeah.
cetera.
How does one do that on the?
On your
Yeah.
character sheet where your hit dice are, there's a L rest button.
Oh, you mean
Gotcha.
that very obvious? Oh, it's. Oh no, I just didn't take any damage.
Sounds for Larry Rest.
But it'll automatically like fix your
Very
spell slots and stuff.
The inventor of sleep.
Yes. Before him, we used to just stay awake all day.
Didn't know what else to
Awful.
do.
We were so tired all the time. We didn't know why.
And then Larry slept, and everybody was freaking out. They had no
we
idea.
thought he
what was-
died. We buried
Everybody.
him. We were like, holy fuck, he's dead now.
Just close your eyes and keep them closed.
keep it closed.
Not a
and just stay very still.
Don't
And
try,
then
Now
try,
it's
down.
not the time.
try not to think.
Look, you're doing it, I think. Oh, I gotta be quiet.
Let me rob you. And Larry went on to rob millions.
He's one of the most famous criminals in Azora.
But everyone decided sleeping's worth it.
Now everyone sleeps. That's the story. It's canon. But so you arrive in the cafeteria, finding your meal. Let's jump over to Ruben. What does your room in the dormitory look like? Kind of similar concept, similar constraints because you are a small creature as well to what you'd have there.
Ruben has he has affixed or rather hung his mattress
Oh.
from the ceiling, hammock style. And all of the floor and walls and ceilings are like basically wallpapered over with spare newspapers he has found across the city and has like adhered them to them with like mixtures of spit. I think like the air in his room is probably not safe to breathe. And I think that he has like over time gotten like maybe leather or just random shit, and he's made like a kiddie pool type thing in the corner that's like in just like a big bucket that's like lined with leather and is filled with water, but the water hasn't been changed in like probably 2 months. So it's got like a lot of funk in it, his funk, but he loves it. And so I think he like wakes up with like a little tree frog type ribbit, less of a toad, more of a frog, and he kind of rolls out from his hammock, lands on all fours, and like kind of flexes his grossness or something.
As you're doing it, like you're kind of stretching out and getting a feel of the floor. The ecosystem of this room is wonderful. A little mosquito from like your
Yeah.
pit flies up, and you can just see it and like, ooh, snack.
Just
Right on
snaps
shot.
it out of the air, and it's just I think he has like a probably like a mug or something that again has also not been cleaned for God knows how long, and he like walks on over, like just straight like shirt cocking it, basically scoops his mug into his funk pool and like just dumps it on himself, and like his tongue starts fucking like cleaning his own eyeballs and shit. He gives himself like a quick little morning bath in funk. And then he kind of like waddles over, like loud slapping sounds of his frog feet on this gross newspaper, to his next to the door where his bounty hunting uniform is hung up, and is very like neatly hung up. It's very like pressed into the place it to be. I think his gun is like on a little rack next to it, like very proper counter to the rest of this just fucking nest of a room. And he starts to get dressed, and like whenever flies or whatever start to come over for the funk, he's just having his morning breakfast while he's doing it. And I think he like grabs his little pouch that he keeps his bullets and stuff in, and just kind of jams it in the inside of his mouth, ready to prepare himself for the day. Takes his coins and shoves it into the other side. And yeah, he's getting dressed for the day. And then he's
Absolutely.
gonna go over to Sloane's room, where he's probably not there.
He's not. But the trash is Where did you leave the paper trimmings in the hallway of like where you unwrapped your gun, Sloan? Or did you
That would be-
discard of that?
That would be littering, so I feel as if
That's illegal.
that's illegal and I don't do that.
Never, not once.
So you come over and see the door, but the paper has been your gift has been taken, most and definitely by Sloan, because who else could it have been?
Of course,
for him.
heroes don't steal.
Yeah.
It was in one of Rupert's books. Okay, time to say hello to everyone in the guild. And he will make his way to the guild. And he will, every single person that he walks past, he like waddles up to them, says, "Hello, fellow hero," and then moves on to the next one. "Hello, fellow hero." He makes his way with what would be like maybe a 5-minute walk, is instead like a 30-minute walk to the canteen. As he stops, says hello to everyone. He walks in. He says, "Good morning, heroes."
Everyone like is used to it at this point. It's been 3 years of this, so they're
It's
just like,
3 years
yeah.
of every single day.
yeah, you have a lot
And
of
he
friends.
goes up to the counter. He says, "I'll have a hero's breakfast, please."
They just give you the standard thing they give to everyone else, because that's the old breakfast. They hand it to you. Just eggs, bacon, sausage, little waffle. It's perfect. Nice
This was a
standard
good
breakfast.
decision. Rupert did not lead me astray.
And you see, well, it depends. Sloan, you see Ruben come into the canteen, like so. It's up to you if you want it to remain visible or try to remain visible. But
Well,
if you
thinks
don't, he'll
about it.
see you.
Definitely considers it. And he's like, "You did me a favor." And just like with a piece of sausage on my fork, I'll like wiggle it in the air at you, like, "Hey, Rube."
I'm gonna try to sharpshooter the sausage out of his
Oh,
hand with my fucking tongue.
Ruby. That's
Look
my
at-
breakfast.
It
But
almost lands, but go ahead and make a contested sleight of hand check, both of you. Sleight of tongue.
Make an unarmed strike.
Yeah, I'd allow that too.
Add
Whoa.
proficiency to your tongue.
I don't know if I can beat that.
Whoa.
We're going to try. Hiya!
Oh.
So
Make
it's
it-
like it's lazily flinging at you, but you're like on point with your reflexes as Sloan. You just catch the tongue and just flick it away.
I think you're used to that. People know not to wave food in the air.
It's just
because you can't
instinctive,
help
just
it.
an
It's
instinctive
instinctive.
slap.
If something is wiggling through the air, I don't even think he actually realizes it happens. And he's, "Oh, good morning, Sloan." He
morning, Rube.
picks up his hero's breakfast and waddles over with his frog feet slapping on the tile.
As you slap on over there and you sit down at the table, we're going to jump over to our good pal Rupert. So, you're not in the dormitories, but you are in your resting area within the cave. So, why don't you describe what that looks like? Your home away from your home. Home?
True.
It's a room that you live in, but it's in a cave.
Well, for him, it's really simple for the cave. I think he wanted to, depending on how deep the cave goes, if there was any like natural water area, that's definitely the first place. So even like a constant drip, that's pretty much where his bed is. And he probably has his own little private room that he goes to. And then the first thing he does is anyone here? Waits for the lack of reply. He goes, okay, I'm coming out, so tell me if you're here. Still nothing. So then he like peeks his head out and he's like,
there's a giant bee floating right by your entryway to your room.
ugh, I want to attack it. Ugh. He resists the urge to attack, and he's gonna be out of his armor for the first time in a while. And I think the first thing he's gonna do is, well, he's going to go try to take care of some bees if they need any morning things done.
This bee is named Beezy, and it is very affectionate. It follows you around, and it has done since its inception.
Thank you, Beezy.
And it follows you dutifully as you go throughout all of your beekeeping duties. And you get that going. But as you start to work up a sweat, you start to feel the hunger set in of breakfast time. So, after you finish your morning duties, what is next for the night?
I assume we have a water area that Rupert and Ruben go to while we're near the cave. So I think he's gonna go there and go for a dip, like get his like hour-long dip to start the day, and he's also gonna be hunting for bugs.
Gotcha. Just scouring around the woods in the ecosystem here.
He's going
kind
like
of,
full frog, so he's like hopping everywhere on all fours.
Yeah, I imagine like the artificial ecosystem can look like a lot of things, and I imagine there could be even like a little lake and little ponds, like almost like a fake little terrarium of space for you guys too, as well as the bees. So it works really well for you guys to just kind of hop around.
Bees are typically in the same area as the frogs, so their kind of ecosystem is exactly what the frogs like.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. True.
Connected dot.
You are so smart,
So
Rupert.
smart. Absolutely. So as you eat your fill and you gain that, we'll run back over to Spike. What are you doing with as you wake up and you stretch off the nightly torture for the morning torture? What is first on Spike's agenda?
Would my room be in like the main guild hall, or would I have a Shadow Walker room?
The Azoran Guild of Heroes, like the dormitory there, that serves as a dormitory for most individuals, even the specialists. Those who get lodging within each of the specialized halls are like high-ranking members, so like official, like officers essentially.
Okay. Then I'll fly back over.
Coincidentally, they're much nicer rooms than the standard dormitory rooms.
Really?
But yeah.
You'd think it'd go the other way around. You know, the higher you rank up,
you get shittier and shittier rooms. Absolutely.
Incentivize people not to come for your job. It's big brain.
Exactly. Big brain. It sucks up here. You wouldn't want it.
So he's gonna stop at the Goblin Nafsaguin on his way to the Azoran Guild of Heroes, because it's on the way. And he's gonna pick up. They have food there, right? Like some basic.
Absolutely. They have a lot of like sausages, meats, pub food.
So I'll go through their dumpster and I'll pick up some stuff there.
Yeah, it's a lot of like the refuse from last night. So it's a lot of there's like the piles of eggs that we're trying to use, the weird like amalgamation of milk and flour egg thing that was made. It's kind of edible, and you chew on it a little bit, and it gives you some nutrients.
It gives you some nutrients. I like to imagine people assume he eats like garbage because he's a tiefling, but it's really just he grew up on it. You know, he just grew up on the street, so he's used to it.
Yeah.
And then he will actually stop somewhere, like not quite like in the guild itself, but he'll just pick up whatever the Azuran equivalent of donuts is, of like a box of donuts.
Absolutely. You can get like some fried pastries. We'll say, and in this case, yeah, you can get some nice, fluffy, Krispy Kreme-esque donuts. By the way, anyone who hasn't had Krispy Kreme best donut on the planet, just say
It's pretty good.
it.
Pretty
Beats,
good.
beats
Used to
them all
work
out.
there.
Beats them all
Fr-
out. Oh,
Fresh
you know,
out of the
build their
oven.
machine. Yeah, exactly. When they have the sign that says when it's hot and fresh, the best. Krispy Kreme,
Hot
greatest.
lights on.
Ooh,
I
ooh.
managed the store whenever I was younger.
So I get
Some Krispy Kreme.
I love some Krispy Kreme. It's the best donuts. We don't have enough because of Dunkin'. Dunkin's keeping them out.
I
Of
get
America.
2.
You know what?
get-
It's official. Krispy Kreme's canon in this world. They have they opened up a location. That's what you found. It's a Krispy Kreme. They have the donuts. That's the
You gotta
donut place you
justify
find.
it for me. I'm on board.
Yeah,
So he'll get 2.
I'm doing it right here. It's
2 of the
happening.
flavor. 2 of the flavors that he knows Sloan likes, and then he'll get 4 that have little bugs in them for the frogs, and the rest will be kind of generic pastries that we can all enjoy. And he'll come with like that 12-pack into
And a reasonable price.
how
Yeah.
much?
It is just for just a dozen of the Krispy Kreme donuts, it would be. That's a good question. I should actually do the math and calculate the.
Yeah.
But let's just say a silver piece. So
Okay.
reasonable.
So reasonable. All right, that's good. I'll pay that happily, and I'll come to the guild hall, and I'll quickly drop. Whoa! Don't knock my glass over. I'll quickly drop off the donuts with the other 3 and the other 2 in the cafeteria, and then I'll head up to my room really quickly to get prepared and changed for the day.
Absolutely. So what as you like drop off the donuts and head up, like, hey, I'll be right back. You head up to your room. Go ahead and tell us what your room looks like
My
as you
room
find it.
is God, what would this man do? This strange little lizard man. I think he doesn't have like a bath type situation. I think he has like a large bowl big enough for him to get in, and it's just full of sand. It's just full of sand, and he just like kind of, he literally disrobes. He takes off his robes, and he has a bit of peelage from the night before. And he kind of like, he gets into the sandy pit and he starts scraping at his scales and peeling some of them off, and it's a very painful process. And he has some spikes that are coming out, hence the name. And he like pulls some of those out, and they come loose, and they just kind of turn to ash in his hands, and he just kind of like dumps it in the sand pit. And it's kind of this weird kind of tiefling lizard grooming situation where it's kind of molting and it's turning to ash, and it's very painful and not natural, and it kind of smells like sulfur in there now, because of course it does. What else would it smell like? It smells like lavender. It smells
What
like
is it?
lavender.
You have an audio recording of torture just for like when you're taking these baths, so you
Yeah.
never get away from it.
He
Little
sings the lyrics in the
illusion.
shower.
Uh,
It's my favorite part.
just
He,
constantly just screaming.
No, I think he actually probably chants something like a prayer, like an infernal prayer or something. Just not like,
Something ominous for sure.
yeah, and it's like, it sounds like "Whoosh, kanaka, nija, vada, va," but it's really just vocal warm-ups. It's like, it
Mhm.
doesn't mean
Getting them
anything.
going.
It's just like,
Because
yeah.
he's a bard, you know.
exactly.
Oh,
So
Just
it's like,
in case you
stands.
forgot.
so he's like red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, but it's just it's in infernal.
It's an
So it's-
infernal and draconic back and forth.
I don't think he actually knows Draconic because he didn't grow up with it. So,
Oh, it's funny.
I
Even
do.
better.
and very minimal decorations. He has like a drawer with some spare robes, and he just like kind of yeets the ones that are burned into the garbage and gets some fresh robes that are more well put together than the ones he wore before he joined the guild. And I don't think he has a bed. I think he has like a nest, like a kind of like makeshift nest of like cloth and bits of debris, like not garbage, but like something makeshift that he like meditates in. And fairly sparse in decorations. Like there might be a little altar to whoever his and Sloane's patron is, on the dresser. That's not like like not an upside down cross, but like something covert that's like there's like deniability there of like, oh, it's just it's just a thing.
Yeah.
But it's a little
There's like a
shrine.
neon bar sign that says, "I'm not a cultist,
Not a Satanist, I promised.
not a bad guy,
Not the warlock.
good guy, not a warlock." That's not on his store. Yes, not a
Not a
warlock.
warlock.
Fuck off.
Do you want to see my hero license?
It says it right here.
It says
Bard. But
It's like diplomatic immunity. It's bardic immunity, not a warlock. Fuck off.
community.
You can do whatever I want, and it's funny.
Mhm.
That being
Is it-
said, oh,
Yeah.
go for it. Go ahead.
I want to like try and get to like an alchemy lab or something at some point during the day, but I don't have to do it right now. And,
Absolutely. There'll be
go
some
in.
time for errands once we get like kind of a group meeting and kind of decide more of in a meta sense what everyone's kind of being up to. That being
then-
said,
I'll rejoin the party.
you joined the gang there, and Rupert, it's been a little bit. The others have had some time. You've mostly eaten your fill of bugs and other swamp creatures, or jungle creatures, really, that have been kind of inhabiting the cave, the ecosystem section of the cave. What else are you doing?
I think he's, before he gets in his armor and goes off, which he tries to keep a little bit of a routine about for his morning. So he's pretty on schedule
Sharpen
right
the
now,
weapons,
but
classic
I think
night
he
or
is
night stuff. Yeah.
walking through the cave and being like, besides from the constant buzzing, it's very quiet. But the buzzing is incredibly loud. And he'll just take a little bit of time to ruminate on that, and then he'll don his armor and climb over, go through the woods, lock the door of the cave, probably by pushing a big stone in front of it, and then going through the woods that he knows, and probably even jumping along the treetops and climbing the wall and heading to the Guild of Heroes.
Eventually finding your way to the guild. And you figure, because it's breakfast time, where else to find your gang than the cafeteria? And you're right, there they all are, gathered in their wonder. And now, with all your powers combined, you too can become gold.
Whoa! It's morphing time.
And you
Merge
morph
into one.
into a mighty Power Ranger.
Into
I am
green.
the left arm.
How many
Wait.
caboose?
We should be the legs.
No, we're the arms.
Okay,
You
I'll
must be the head, Rupert.
You must be the head.
You must be the
I'm
head.
not the smart one.
And I am your right-hand man.
You know what? I like the symbolism more.
And Gus can be the torso because he's the heart of the group.
He is the tush.
I
He's in
think-
The
jail.
butt end of this joke.
yeah, we know. We were there when he was arrested.
Poor Gus.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe they are making him into a knight as well.
Gus?
Yes, the knights took him to their knight place. Maybe
Hell.
they are knighting him
They're doing something to him.
for saving the tavern.
knighting, possibly.
Yeah, nah. Apparently he's like half monster or whatever. I don't know.
And that
They're
feels-
doing something.
You don't have to say that
It's-
about him.
yeah, I mean that he's a goblin. Goblins are fine.
It's one mistake.
Nah, it's what?
I don't want to consider him a monster.
Yeah, I mean by that logic, most of us are monsters.
Yeah, I
Hooper
mean,
is
you're
not a
not,
monster.
you're not really
Hooper is
getting
a
it.
knight.
He's
He
like
said most. We
half-
understand.
Yeah.
He's like, no knight.
He was
He's-
talking about all of you.
He's got some like Napsagine blood in him or something. I don't know.
But
I wasn't paying attention really.
did
Look,
you? He's part.
Again,
Good for him.
Spiky, can you really judge right now? Are you in a position to judge?
Is this-
Uh,
Does this mean that Jib is Fungus's father?
He's
That's
part
exactly
fungus.
what that means. Which is why we
He
can't
got
go
mad
get him
watching
yet
his father
because
being attacked. We all know that feeling.
And this
only
means
your
Jib is
can come
family.
get you out of jail. So
We
Jib
must
has
free
to get
Jib.
out of jail. Nah,
We did
Jib's
free
Jim's
Jib.
grandfather. Means Jim's your grandfather.
shit.
All of yours. No. Canonically.
would
Grandpa Jib.
would Spike be aware of the experiments since he also took alchemy and was like helping? Like not necessarily that Fungus told him, but would he like see what Fungus is collecting and doing and be like,
If you like went and go look at the cave, which you have pretty good access to, thinking back to it, it's like, oh, that kind of makes sense now. Like kind of like connecting all the weird stuff he was doing there, like all the
Yeah,
weird
yeah,
experiments he was doing. I was like, there was a lot for when because he was always talking about like fixing the maddenings, helping the Nafsa and all that good stuff, and like it often involved. When he was doing that, he was often drinking things, imbibing things, injecting things, and a lot of things like on himself, which is odd for someone who's trying to solve. Yeah, but now in hindsight, kind of connects.
you know how Fungus kind of taught me a little bit about alchemy,
Sure.
right? I think he did it to himself. I always thought
That
he
makes
was-
this so much funnier. You have to understand.
I always assumed he was doing drugs. Like I assumed he was getting high, and that was why he was like that. But,
I mean, why
Like
not?
what?
Both.
I'm instantly relieved it's not drugs, but this is very concerning.
I mean, your hangups about intoxication aside, it is concerning. Yes.
Great. So
What
we
is
leave
the
him in
problem
jail.
with Gus? I do not understand. He is part Jib,
Yeah.
but Jib is good, so he is part good.
He took a little bit of Jib and put it in himself.
I took a piece of Jib and put it on the gun. And it was rifle with the bayonet on it. That's Jib's fucking arm spike.
That's
Jib is
fucking
good.
metal as hell.
I carry
Rube.
all of my friends with me in my heart.
If Gus is part Jib and my gun is also part Jib, my gun is part Gus
And is good.
and is good.
I'll
Wait,
like
but the issue was that they would make getting mad, right?
You see, an interesting individual kind of approaches the table here, and like, excuse me, do you know where the quartermaster is? And you see this individual before you. She is a half-elven individual, seemingly of features, but the burns have kind of reduced this side of the ear where it's not pointed anymore. She looks at you, kind of expectantly, like, I'm supposed to be talking about him for some, for a shipment of some goods to the warehouse of mine that I manage. Do you know where he would be?
yes, the quarter office.
How do I get there from here? I'm sorry, I'm new to the whole guild thing. I'm mostly, it's just new.
Ah,
Lots
well,
of new things.
I would be happy to lead you there if you would like accompaniment.
That could be handy. I would be
Congratulations
most
on
appreciative.
becoming a hero.
Oh, I'm no hero. I am simply someone who does charcoal burner, actually, by trade. But that is neither here nor there. I do a lot of managing now, really. That's really my big thing. Yeah,
So
Charcoal can be heroes too.
a lot of
Yeah.
management.
can I do like a insight check to see if she's full of shit?
Yeah, make an insight check.
I want to see if she's lying to me.
Can I do an insight to see like what her clothes say about her? Like, oh,
Absolutely.
I know everything about this woman.
I know.
Correct.
Wake up, Rupert.
You look her over
I believe you.
and kind of getting a read on this woman. She is being truthful. It's like pretty blatantly honest, in fact. But you do notice something about looking over. You do notice a little necklace, a little amulet that is unique in its origin. You know the origins. It is a simple metal carving that vaguely resembles the outline of Nasog. This is a symbol of the newish few hundred years religion of the cult of Nafzog. They're a legal organization in the city. They worship the giant as a deity itself, and many generations back have, especially of the lower, the peasantry or the non-heroes, I suppose, have taken a liking to that religion.
Interesting. All right. We can show you the way, unless any of us don't want to.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
would be
you know, if
wonderful.
you hang around enough heroes, they say maybe you get to be a hero.
And the more heroes on a mission, the better. It's safer.
Yeah, come on.
Ah,
I agree.
fantastic.
Come on.
Ah, very well. And she stands and just looks pleased and starts to follow you. As you wander along, she's yes. So, how long have you all been heroes?
3 years.
Also, that's interesting. Very interesting. You've traveled. You've been a sort of a party, as it were.
We
Uh,
we knew each other beforehand.
Oh, does your little band have a name?
We are family.
That is a good name. It's wholesome.
Also,
I could-
Rupert has been a hero since he was born.
Yes, I find that the heart of a hero exists in all of us as soon as we are born. But yeah, we've been with the guild for 3 years. But I do have a name that sometimes I like to call our little band.
Is it the short stacks? Because I was really pushing for that one.
No, that's good. I was thinking the Muchachos.
No.
Something about that has a good ring to it.
what was your name again? Did
Ah.
I catch that?
My name is Susanna. Nice to meet you.
Who's that?
And I'm fighting the temptation to bust out into song. Oh, Susanna.
That
Don't
is
you lie to me.
wonderfully- That
Is
is
she-
wonderfully. I've heard that song before, and I've,
You are lucky I am
think
not
that we
a
could
bard.
just-
That shouldn't stop you. Sing your
It
song.
should. It really should.
It is not in my
no.
class description.
Yes,
Oh, so you can't do it.
I do not have mechanical support for singing, thus I cannot.
thus I cannot.
I can only croak.
So, that is quite a long career. Have you been into the lowlands at all? Or have most of your journeys been in the city?
Well, I have a upcoming trip to the lowlands, a crusade, but
Oh,
not-
you're a crusader? Wow.
well, yes.
That is very impressive and dangerous.
Yes.
Thank you. Well, it's the planning's also very dangerous. It's hard to make sure that you have all the right equipment. Yes.
What kind things do you prepare for when you go down there? If you need help, I manage things. Like I said, I could help you get goods and stuff for your travels.
Does he have any
perhaps.
idea what's in the lowlands? Otherwise, I'm gonna make this all up.
From the things you've seen, like when you're on your journey over, terrifying monsters of horrific size and variety that ripped apart your kin. Giant bees.
Well, there's many monsters, some too horrible to even name or describe. You wouldn't believe it, called this instant madness. But there's also bees. So you have to be prepared for things flying and killing your brothers.
And sisters.
Just brothers.
Oh,
We lost the women.
we raised spawn of 1,400 boys. Father had very strong genetics. His chromosomes did not fuck about.
The spawning
Those
is actually
wives were handed out like a philosophical debate.
We bonded with the bees because we also have a queen structure.
you actually spawned in testosterone swamp.
Our mother was a queen.
That's why he's so strong. And,
Dead.
that is fascinating. I can't really see behind your helmet, but I assume you're like the other one. Pointing over to Ruben. And
You forgot to, huh?
I'm trying to make sure. I keep wanting to say Rupert or Ruben. I gotta make sure. But as you look,
It is working.
it's doing the job. With God, that's fucking with my brain. I don't like it. Ruben, she looks at you and says, or looks back to Rupert. Ooh, now I'm getting lost in it.
Who are you looking at? You are cross-eyed. Are you okay?
Are you okay? She says, sorry,
Rupert, no.
sorry, the eye, it does that sometimes. Gets a little stuck. It's just the skin holds it in place. But I don't see many of your kind here. So you hail from the lowlands?
Well, some might say that we hail from the lowlands, but I think our tale's a little bit more complicated than that.
Enlighten me.
Rupert, we don't have
I
tails.
love a good tale. In fact, I love a good song. I hope to. Well, never mind. But I do love to hear music, tales, stories. It's always good
Rupert's
inspiration.
tried to run through his brain for a knight story of being born, but it never starts there. It always starts with them as a knight, like getting ready for the mission. So he's like, well, we
His father was a noble frog prince, correct?
yes.
Prince of the Pond, they called him. Their mother, a fair frog maiden, lesser princess of a separate, equally prestigious pond. It was a tacit love affair, forbidden. The families were bitter toady rivals. You can imagine how it went from there.
So, I do not know that I was in the presence of royalty.
Well,
Melish, as she gives you a
it's
little curtsy.
1,400 babies.
It's easy to forget, but I don't like to bring it up too often.
He's very modest.
Just a knight with that much honor. Don't give me less honor than a knight, but you don't have to give more.
Very well, Sir Knight.
Sir Rupert.
The Rupert.
So small.
The small.
Thank you. But
Have a theme.
you
Gives
have
you a
a
smile.
you have a meeting to go to, I assume, right?
Ah, of course. This is the place. And she points to the quartermaster's office, and you've led her to the right place. It's like, well, I very much appreciate your time and talking to me and showing me to the place. I hope our paths cross again and again. I'm up and coming on the management scene. If you ever need people who can like get you things and manage things around,
You know,
Bullets.
I need the coin.
I've never considered a manager a hero, but hopefully you change my mind.
That is true. That is true.
Wait, no. Really. Bullets.
Oh, but bullets.
Crusades need bullets.
Mhm.
Oh, you want me to find you bullets?
I have enough bullets for 20 lives. I need more.
Oh, I could see about getting you a good supply of bullets for a good price too. That is my specialty.
Do you have anything that needs doing? We're kind of broke.
Oh, need to
I
work.
mean, speak for
eh?
yourselves. But yeah.
Well, as a
Well-
collective. Individually, we have different situations.
I know that not far from here, there. Well,
Royal we.
You're in the guild, eh? That is where you work? Is there contracts over here somewhere, I think? And that gets you coin. Is that not paying enough these days?
Yeah, if you needed anything that needed doing, you seemed like an important person.
Oh, my day-to-day is actually very boring. I mostly bring cargo from warehouse to warehouse and sort of things like that. And I make sure well, I oversee it. I don't personally bring it. I have people that do that, and I oversee them. Do you know where I could, or ways that? I mean, this is kind of an off-the-cuff request, but do you know any famous bards? Perhaps ones who could help me get into the scene?
I'm not.
Nope, only
famous.
warlocks.
He just stares, daggers. I'm not famous, but I am a bard.
Do you know how to play the lute?
Well, the thing about that is no.
Oh,
Same, but different.
that's fair. What instruments do you play?
You know, not all bards do music. That's kind of a misconception.
Well, this is getting more disappointing by the second.
He's actually lying. You have to pick up an instrument in bard school.
I mean, no.
It's an elective.
I had to pick up
It's
a weapon.
really- non-elective?
He plays the most embarrassing instrument in the face of the earth. That's why he doesn't want to tell you.
All right, what instrument do I play, Mister?
The skin flute.
I mean,
That's you?
What
That
is
is what
that?
Sloan told me.
that is not what I'm proficient in technically. But I do beat
Sloan, you
something.
lied.
Sloan's thinking about every instrument he's ever seen.
Embarrassing.
Oh, sorry, you don't want to tell him? Yeah, he plays the triangle. It's just not that musically talented. It's
Oh.
gotta tell you.
That's unfortunate.
He's got other
Needs more
talents. It's just
cowbell.
I'm looking for a teacher because I really want to get into the arts here. That would be very much more pleasurable than my current work. Do a lot of works with the cult, you know, and getting a lot of their. I manage mostly for them, in fact. But it's tiring.
I do know some lute players. I'm more of an orator myself. I don't really play any instruments, but I can ask around and let them know and see if anybody.
I'm also quite a singer, so some vocal lessons could be good. If you could help there, that'd be wonderful.
Again, just an orator, not a singer.
No press control,
No,
nothing.
I mean you can do. It's just I don't do music. Like I don't do
see.
music specifically, and it's like
I
that's
see.
not all the arts are. There are other forms of performing arts.
Sure, sure. That's
They're thespians. They're actors. They do great work. I'm more of an orator. I talk. Yeah.
That bores me a little bit. I
Yeah,
like the songs and the dancing and the
boring guy.
music and all of the wonderful colors of life. That is what I want to get into.
Oh, so you're a musical theater major. Got it. Okay.
look. I
That
find it
is all-
easier instead of that whole like technique shit. Just copy what someone else sounds like. It's way easier that way. Let me tell you.
Yes, you are very good at copying people.
Things are
do you
easy
have a
when you
good
have a
singing
great
voice?
mentor.
But just like
Yeah.
if you hear somebody else sing, I could probably try it.
Let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Let's see how I sing.
You sound so academic about it. Breath work. No. Just copy what someone else sounds like. It's just easier that way.
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to learn how to dance in preparation for my first ball, which I'm sure there are many.
Your ball will drop eventually.
I
I
look
learned
forward.
how to paint from all of the artwork in the alleyways growing up on these streets. They called it
Ooh,
graffiti,
nice.
but I learned how to paint, and I am quite good at it, I
I
believe.
do like the visual stuff too. That is very fun to look at. Good inspirations there.
I do. I can do magic tricks with cards.
Now that is fascinating.
You are a clown.
I'm a magician.
You did not tell me you had a squeaky nose.
I mean, I did technically have proficiency in playing cards, and I have a +5 to sleight of hand. So sure, why not? I can do card
My
tricks.
curiosity, and now you have my attention.
That is wonderful. How profitable is that, I wonder?
Killing people generally pays more.
That is fair. That is fair.
Wow.
That is the trouble I run into. I need coin to go to the colleges and learn more about my trades, but I can't do that with my thing, so I do
Do you,
warehouse management.
you said charcoal burning, correct?
That is my original trade. That is what my family did, and my father, who I love dearly. That
Your father.
my father,
Father.
my father. The charcoal, though, it was not for me, as you can tell. She just motions to the side of her face. So
I didn't put
I-
two and two together.
You see, I thought you were attacked by a Nafsa. That's why, on account of your horrible burns. I also have horrible burns.
no, I know they are quite horrible, but no, it was unfortunate charcoal accident.
I assumed that they had eaten the hair off the side of your head because you are very bald.
That also
They don't
affects of the
understand
burns.
how hair works.
Mm.
I have hairs.
Well,
Nub said so.
no, so after finding out in a quite brash way that charcoal burning not for me, looked for career change.
Do you still have? Well, I asked because do you still have access to the burner, the big furnace?
Oh yeah, well, my father's still doing good out in the fields over there, or doing all of his good charcoal burning. He still does that. All good.
Because
So he moves in camps because you have to go where the wood is growing. So
I see.
a
Well, if
big furnace is not very accurate, more like little tiny furnaces.
Oh, so you couldn't like fit. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I just yeah.
Smooth. Yeah, smooth spike.
Well, my guild occasionally needs to burn things.
Oh, which of the under guilds do you pay patronage to? Just curious.
Mostly the lore keepers. Mostly.
Ah,
It doesn't
This is
sound like you're
respectable.
keeping it.
What do you mean?
You're probably not burning lore. Never mind. I understand.
We
I
we
figured
burn
it out.
books. Yeah, we burn books.
Well, he just
Wait,
burned up.
never mind. I'm back to being confused. That's not keeping the lore.
Well, that is a story from one of the books, Fahrenheit 451.
No,
You're
we-
firefighters.
we only burn the forbidden texts.
Ah, of course. Don't want those to go into the wrong hands. Like
With the
that punk
dangerous
Naruto.
idea.
Who
Be
decides
unfortunate
what
if
is
people were to
forbidden?
learn.
Just curious.
Oh, someone I'm sure.
Fair enough. I hope that person making those decisions should be making those decisions.
Well, they are not the one overseeing what happens to the books, so it works out in the end.
Do
You're
you
very
have any
inquisitive
forbidden books that haven't been
warehouse
burned
manager.
yet?
Yeah, no, you're very inquisitive warehouse manager. That's true.
Oh, I was just curious about. Sorry, you're right. I have a meeting to get to. I'm so fascinated by your tales and your heroics that I really want to know more for inspiration for songs mostly. I think I could write a song or two about you. Very interesting band.
Well,
Heroes have songs.
The Molchachos or the Short Stacks
Heroes
got a
do
good
have
ring to
songs.
it.
You know, Rupert, I agree with you in all things, but Molchatos might be too far.
wow.
It's not. You can believe it.
I did not believe that I had lines in the sand, but it appears you have found one.
Well, if you ever want to
Well,
help,
I think it's a lovely name. So just so you know.
As
I did
long as
not
no one
ask.
dies and we have to bring someone new in. Who might be tall.
Never.
I mean, we could always
Never.
We
make,
will chop them at the knees.
Ruben, we have something to talk about how we might be taller than we think.
Nothing is tall when it is crawling on the ground. Spike
I
told
will
me that.
bid you adieu for now. That I will go and talk. Do my business, do my work. For more coin. Always about coin. Time is money. That's what they tell me. So, sorry to take up too much of your time. It was a pleasure meeting you. I hope we can run into each other again from time to time.
Remember, you can send bullets to my P.O. box.
You got it.
And the scars aren't nearly as horrific as you think they are.
She smiles and gives you a nod. Well, I appreciate it, but I've come to learn that there are more important assets out there than simple appearances.
He just kind of like looks down at some of his spikes and nods.
She smiles and heads into her meeting and leaves you to your own business for whatever the rest of you wish to do with your day.
So what's everyone up to today? I have some sacks I need to process.
We can go see Gus in jail, or we can crusade, or I can find people to hunt.
And those are kind of my two big things. I would like to help Gus, but I could also do a crusade.
I think if
You
we
know,
go to
just a small thing.
if we go to the alchemist hall, we could ask about, maybe the green seekers, the green.
Oh, the Balancers of the Green?
Yeah, the balancers of the green. They might know something about Gus's experiments, and I could take care of some of my work there.
I mean, wasn't he expressly trying to keep it secret from them?
Oh, we don't have to tell them that, like, hey, Gus did this thing. But we could, talk in abstract hypotheticals.
What?
Did
We-
Gus
we-
do bad?
Gus didn't do bad, but Gus doesn't want other people to know because it's an experiment, and he doesn't want the other alchemists to steal his knowledge.
Theft is bad.
Exactly. It's theft prevention, that's all.
So why would we go and tell someone?
So we can find out more information to potentially help him.
But if they knew, they would have stolen. Oh, and then I will hunt them. This is good plan. Never mind. You are very smart. I am slow.
But isn't there a fella you were trying to hunt already? Or that Modine told you to look for?
Me? No.
He's talking
I
about
mean-
the mysterious man, but
That's a good point.
he's so mysterious, I wouldn't know the first place to look.
Well,
I
If
mean-
there is someone to hunt, I can hunt them.
Yeah. Rube's pretty good at looking. And I mean, I know my fair share of mysterious people, only for good reasons.
we could find out more about the crystal.
That's also true. That's a good
And I
idea.
have fixed my gun and put a stab on the front of it. I
Jesus.
could test
I-
on person.
If we want to do these things, we could all go together, holding hands, or I could go to the Gemstone Wizards with the crystal and see what they might have to say.
And I'll take some of the crystal shards and give them to Rupert.
I will hold your hand.
So do
Minor.
the Balancers first, or are we parting?
I should probably see some of the people I'm going to see alone.
Sounds
Ah.
safe.
Lone Wolf. All right.
Well,
Who's
no.
off to go? No, I'm just pulling your spikes or whatever they say.
Yeah.
Leg.
I assume Sloan is like the only one who's figured out I work for the Shadow Walkers.
I don't know if someone would even know that.
I mean,
Unless-
like,
I
unless
feel like if
unless
you
you've been-
told Ruben, he still would not know what that means. So
yeah. Like he doesn't hide it, but he's not like upfront about it. At least not with the family. So like,
I feel like over the 3 years, just for how like kind of he just gets around places, I feel like Ruben has seen and like is privy to all of like your deepest, darkest secrets, all of you. But
Yeah.
like, it does
Doesn't
not occur
count.
to him that
Yeah.
these are secrets, nor does he give a shit. And like after about a week, he forgets. But like he has seen just everything.
you helped me hide a body once, and you're like, okay.
Okay.
You told me to hunt a hole instead of a body. So I found a hole for a body. And you were very happy.
A body-shaped hole. That's what you told me to find, and I found it.
I hunt holes. That sounds weird.
That's not good.
I'm going to resend that statement.
Like
I'm
that's
so glad. Let's pick up Ernest.
Wow.
Hello, baby. I am hunting a hole.
I actually have a fairly horrific story about something like that, but
Oh gosh.
My power play. Will you be my Miss Piggy? Sloan told me to say that.
I did. It's pretty funny. But wait, who's going where?
Well, I need to go to the people I work for and ask them some questions.
Spike has to go to the lore masters. Rupert is going to the balancers.
Just
I am
as
holding
you-
Rupert's hand.
Merged, you break apart once more.
Actually, would I
Voltron
trust
D is simple.
Rupert to ask the right questions?
If it's technical, probably not. No. He'll
Then,
probably just go in there and be
yeah.
like, "What is this?"
I'll probably go with Rupert. then.
What do? Why?
You are gemstone. This is crystal. Now work.
So this is your
Please.
origin point, but you can head whichever ways you want to go. Where would you like to go?
We're starting with the balancers.
Heading to the balancers? Okay.
Should we all stick together then, if we're not?
Good question.
Yeah.
You just separated. Damn
Yes.
you. I'll move you as a. I'll keep you separated now. I actually gotta like it. So.
If your thing
uh,
with the lore people are quick,
I mean,
do
it's
not see
also
a problem.
in the other direction, and also, yeah, we're gonna go to a lore keeper outpost real quick, and then we can circle back. I'm just looking at the map. Actually, yeah, I just need to make a stop on the way to the lore.
We could hit
Masters.
there and then there. Oh,
Yeah.
and then go down to Lore Masters or something.
Yeah, because like I could just like meet you at the lore masters and swing by the Shadow Walker Den.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm-
to get to the balancers of the green, training camp, the easiest way for here is to go out of this gate and take a ferry down the river, and there you go. Get into their little dock there.
okay, so we're going there.
And also,
first?
you can fly.
Just so you know that
Yeah.
if that's the first place you're
I
going.
mean, it's the farthest off, so I don't know. It seems like it would be
Yeah.
either the first or the last thing. So
Yeah, they're in the opposite direction. So like,
Hmm.
we're right now closer to it. So I'd probably just say go to those first. But
Yeah,
yeah,
you travel 4 hours and about 4 miles in about an hour walking, so you know more or
We can-
less.
We can double time it, baby.
how fast am I? Hold on, how fast?
So
am I?
That
got
is
that-
that is
that
that is
feature.
going fast. That's going 4 miles per hour.
No,
if you're like
Sloan
running.
has a thing.
I know how to
Oh.
slunk around, baby.
Oh shit! I know the secret patterns of the city.
The
It's the
shadow.
sewers. We navigate through the sewers.
The
Get to
city
places
secret is
quicker.
that if you can jump really fucking far or fly, turns out you can just go in a straight line.
cities are pretty easy to traverse.
Yeah, would being able to fly help me? It's the same speed as my movement, but would that?
No, but the feature of the city streets would. I mean, yeah, it would, but like functionally, no.
Okay, all right. So
Only as
no
fast
point
as your
split-
slowest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No point in splitting up. Is my
Like you can go as the crow flies, and like that could save time, but like it depends on the circumstance, right? Like, like if you had to go to the University of the Gemstone Wizards, it might save a little bit of time. Let's say it's 2.5 miles going straight, and then it's 2.5 miles there. So yeah, you'd save a little bit of time, but not too much. It's just distance, just how like what you can go, and what
Well-
directions you can go. Because otherwise, you're following the road.
All right. Well, what we can do is we can go to the Balancers of the Green first, and then from there we go to the Gemstones, and then from there we go to the Lore Masters.
Maybe
So
what
that-
we learn at the balancers, we can
Yeah.
take to the wizards or the lore people, and they will know more.
Just
it's
in
more
case,
like a
let's not make that a guarantee. We can keep everything completely separate. Forget everything we learned from the balancers as soon as we leave.
I will do that, I promise.
I will likely do that without wanting to.
I think that monk training is giving you some blunt force trauma.
The what training?
Gunk.
You know. Yeah.
Ah,
Dunkin' Donuts
that is what
training.
I thought you said.
So as you all kind of board a little vessel here, you can choose to board it or you can swim it. If you want to swim it, it's free. If you want to take the boat, it is, in fact, a gold piece.
I'll fly
This
next to
might
the
surprise,
boat.
but I can't swim, or at least I don't have a swim. Now I can breathe water, and in fact, I need to be submerged daily, or else I will eventually die. But I do not swim.
Not having a swim speed doesn't mean you can't swim.
Hmm.
Necessarily.
Well,
just means you
look.
don't swim fast.
Mm.
Boats on me for today.
But if you don't swim, you can't swim, you can't swim. You can decide that.
It's a gold piece for all of
Funny.
us, right? Like one boat rental.
Yeah,
is
one boat.
gold
The boat
piece.
is like a gold to take it down there, and then
Oh, I see. I thought it was
Yeah.
one per head.
no, just a gold to get the boat to go.
Oh, nice.
Great, one gold on a boat. Let's go, guys.
I might actually make it canon that Ruben can't swim because, like, our parents never taught him how. They died.
I'll be right back.
Frogs, beings that don't know how to swim without being
Wug.
taught. True, it's true. You are a wug. It's true. I'm
Or maybe
down.
Ruben is just afraid of it.
I'm down for a frog that can't swim. That's a fun story.
It's fun because eventually I can run on the water.
Rupert
So we
just
don't
doesn't.
have to swim.
Rupert just doesn't take his armor
Really
off.
I can
soon.
bounce off of the water. I can hop everywhere I need to go. But the boat slowly lurches down and eventually gets you all to the Balancers of the Green. Camp, as it were. Here you see kind of constructed over the river where it doesn't obstruct the flow is this smooth wooden construction that almost kind of wraps around the trees of the area, and it's kind of supported on like stilts, very druidic almost in nature, taking a lot of natural elements. It's kind of built up on this sort of roundish platform like thing, which is just underneath this said platform. The boat sails in, docks, and in this little under area there is like a little like loading platform kind of dealio that kind of brings up into the upper levels of this structure. As you're brought here, you see one of the representatives of the Balancers comes forth. It is a snobby-looking goblin who is wearing a finely tailored suit, and he's like, "Hey, what's going on? You look like you're here to do some things with the Balancers of the Green, and who better to talk than me? The Greenie Meanie himself."
The fucking greeny meanie?
That's right.
Holy shit. Alright, thanks for greeting us.
I'm here to discuss any business outsiders might have with the Balancers.
Yeah, kind of asking about, Nafsagin.
What about them?
Do you know of any connections they might have to crystals?
Yeah, a little bit. So one thing we have found out that when these hives get upset when they go and like under the effect of the maddening, one of the first symptoms of a corrupted hive are the strange crystalline growths that sort of permeate within the core of the hives. So these crystals, where they come from or why they grow, we're not really sure. But they've sort of been popping up all over. We're not even really sure what the crystals are, though. We've been able to break them, which seems to disrupt the maddening's range. That makes sense. It seems to be like almost like a network of sorts.
That tracks. And I'll produce some of the shards and show them to him.
Yeah, these look like the crystals. Where'd you find these? You been digging around in a hive?
A bar.
That's peculiar.
It's peculiar times. We do you know the Goblin Nafsaguin?
The Gobbling Nafsaguin, like the bar? Yeah.
Jib went mad.
Oh,
Maddening.
I go there all the time because I myself am a small individual. But usually on off hours where the regulars aren't there, it's nice. Me and the guy Ebuk, we have like a thing in the basement. Anyways.
The thing in the basement?
We have a thing in the basement, yeah.
Like a fight club?
Like, well, we can't talk about what it is, so.
It's a fight club, isn't it?
It's something.
Do people cry in there often?
Yeah, more often than it seems they should.
Is it an AA meeting?
No, but
An
Ebuk could
odd
use
place
that.
for it.
That would be an odd place for it.
Oh, is it Love and Sex Anonymous? Do you like have commitment issues in relationships? where
Look,
you-
again, can't talk about it. Kind of behind
feel like it's
besides the
that.
point you.
So basically, Jib went mad. A bunch of other Nafsaguin attacked. Jib killed most of the regulars, but we smashed the crystal and they stopped. They calmed down.
Yeah, like it does seem. Well, if we've done some tests, if you get these like crystals and you bring them in places, they do seem to make the Nafsaguin in the area upset. However, they only do this if they are charged with magical energy. This can be done in a lot of ways. It can be done by just simply casting a spell. A simple cantrip will do it. Into the gym. The growths, they have some sort of natural connection, like that already is magical. Like so, the formations that are growing, they are resonating with this energy. They're self-sustaining, so to speak. So the areas around those infected hives very dangerous, but the removing the crystal usually makes them inert. Until you charge them with a spell, we found out.
So someone would have had to take an inert crystal, charge it, and glue it to the bottom of a table.
Correct. And assumedly, if they walked in with a crystal that wasn't charged, you would know if it was charged. As soon as you saw stuff, that's when it would have been charged.
So it would have charged remotely? Could that be done, or do you need contact?
Perhaps. If you had a spell that could target it remotely in a way that could harness it. Usually it's like elemental power. It needs to be like a fiery spell or something like that. But certain spells that target things specifically could work too.
So it needs to be elemental. It couldn't just be divination. Like you
It needs to be something
scry
that
on
could.
it.
Right. It has to be something that's like affecting it. It has to be like something that actually makes a force of magic touch it, influence it.
And it has to, like, you couldn't be like, I cast detect thoughts on the crystal and that charges it. It has to actually...
Right. It's got to be a force of some sort. Like
And you said even a cantrip could do it?
yeah, like we've done it with like Fireball, for example, worked fine.
What about Mage Hand? Could you like squeeze it with Mage Hand?
We've tested it with Mage Hand, and a Mage Hand could be absorbed into it, yeah,
All right,
to activate it.
Could be done.
It could be activated with a Mage Hand, yeah.
Do we as characters know about like subtle casting?
Make an Arcana check if you want to determine.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you actually would from your training. You've learned about subtle witches and spellcasters who can hide that by various means. But usually it is a unique ability that has to be honed with something called meta magic, which is the whole thing. to get into. You didn't care about that part. You just know that some casters can
Okay, yeah.
hide their spells.
Yeah, he'll be like, I don't recall hearing any casting. Could it have been somebody that knows this meta magic?
Perhaps.
I
That's a
mean,
good point.
could
And
be
like
any.
this crystal thing, could just like anybody grab a piece of this crystal? Does it need to like take a specific shape or something?
They're pretty fragile, but they have to have. There is a certain amount of mass that needs to be intact for it to absorb magic and work. And the bigger the mass of the crystal, the larger radius it affects.
So like somebody would, what kind of knowledge would someone need to like get one of these crystals and make it work? Is it like an arcane thing, or is this like a nature thing?
Frankly, if you ask me, artificers would have the tools to do it. Alchemists would have the tools to do it, which we have alchemists here. The alchemists there, but the artificers have alchemists at the academy. Anyone with a sufficient understanding of toolcraft could, to understand how to cut glass-like materials, could do it.
Gotcha.
Could be anyone.
And do you have you done any experiments to see about how far you need to move to make it inert?
Have we done in the experience?
Oh, maybe I
how
misunderstood.
far-
I thought I heard you say crystals had to be moved to become inert.
Or just removed.
Removed from the a growth formation, that is.
Okay.
So as soon as you cut it off.
So,
okay.
yes,
and
correct,
then
correct,
once
correct.
the crystals are powered, they last how long? Forever?
It depends on the usefulness of the spell,
Mhm.
but a cantrip seems to like go for at least a few minutes.
Would, based on the detect magic I did on the crystal, but I just have a vibe of how powerful it was charged.
For what that was back then, it didn't seem like, yeah, like the traces of the spell that were kind of cast from there, you could probably determine it was probably a cantrip, yeah.
All right, that was a cantrip. Jesus. And this isn't a well-kept secret. This is, I mean, you're telling us, and you have no idea who the hell we are. So
Correct.
that's not great.
I mean, you don't have to call me out on it and make me look like a fucking idiot, but like, yeah. Rude.
Are the balancers the only ones that typically have access to these crystal growths, these cores? Who
We
else would have
try
gotten
our
a crystal?
best. We try our best to like protect the hives, but there are a lot of them, and they're spread out. We only have so many people, so from time to time we patrol them, but other times they are left unguarded. Unfortunately, it's just a reality of manpower.
Would we be able to backtrace where a specific crystal came from? Which hive? Do they have
If you
identifying
could-
features?
If you, that's a good point. From a catalog, we have cataloged a lot of the crystals, and like you could compare the two and maybe find a connection, but you'd have to pour through some notes for a while.
I can do that. The rest of you can go talk to the gem wizards. I can stay here and do book work.
Before we go or anything, Mr. Greeny Meanie, have you approached the Knight Ordinators about your lack of manpower for defense? Or does Frog know why the Knight Ordinators wouldn't help?
Well, he'll answer. We have, but they say that matters of order fall within the law, like walls of the city. They don't have enough to govern the police the city and do their crusades and do all the other shit they do and guard all of our hives, unfortunately.
Crusades are very important.
Apparently. We gotta
Mhm.
fuck up all those dead people on the ground who are so tiny and insignificant to a giant that they're not even really a threat. That's the big issues here.
Of course.
I mean, there's more to it than that. But I understand you're upset at this moment.
I mean,
Seems like a little insignificant problem.
the city would cease to function without the Crusades, because then there would be more Ordinators here, and well,
That'd be awful.
yeah.
So I guess it is kind of like a natural purge. That
Mhm.
works out.
There's like a whole lich down there.
Nah. We're up
They say
here.
that. Yeah.
And we'll keep
Well,
it that way.
all right. Well, I have some homework. I'll give my party most of the shards, and I'll just keep enough to do the cross comparison.
Yeah, I probably should have done this first, but like before I show you all those documents, can I see your like ID, make sure you're a hero and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Admittedly, now that you said the thing you said before, I'm a little suspicious because you kind of looked like people that worked with the guild, like a bunch of weirdos. But yeah, let me just take a look. It looks at your paper. Yeah,
Hear that,
cool.
Rupert? We look
Cool.
like heroes.
He's right. I don't get carded anymore.
Cool.
Typically.
You know, it makes sense. You got the look about you.
No, I
So
get
yeah,
mad at all the time.
You get carded a lot. But I
yeah, I
vouch
probably
for
should
you.
have carded you. Probably should have carded you.
I do too, because the glowing infernal runes generally.
Yeah, a little weird, but I don't judge. I'm green, so.
Yeah, no.
Everyone knows me.
Can I see your papers?
Yes, great point.
Of course. Knight Ordinator. He looks at
Just
your
a
thing,
classic paper cross check.
Yeah, here you go. And he hands you this. And
Rupert's
it is
still
a
learning
little-
common. He's like, this seems to be in order.
Oh, good. As he
Oh,
takes it
Rupert,
back.
You look so
Perfect.
official.
I'm gonna do that next time a cop questions me. I'm gonna be, let me see your
Can I see your
badge.
That always goes well.
Well, you're also a copy. You could do that?
Anyways, yeah, like, all right, you seem on the level. You're lore master. You know books and stuff. You don't know how to fuck shit up. So come on, we'll go and look at some documents. But I'll be there to supervise you, and nothing escapes the eyesight of the greeny meanie if you are up to something nefarious.
If you ever lost an eye, you could start calling yourself the one-eyed green monster.
I'll keep that in mind. I hope it doesn't happen though.
No, me too. I'm not wishing that on you. I'm just saying.
Well, like if it happened.
yeah,
kinda-
it'd be,
Feels a little bad luck now. I feel like there was some. Oh, the whole place is made of wood. Hang on. There we go. Fixed it.
I thought
Anyways.
yeah.
Well, maybe you have to do it. You should knock just in case.
I just look at him.
That's rude.
I'll knock. Knock, knock.
I think that's good. Someone knocked for you. That's what matters. All right. Well, come on. Let's go look at some documents. I gotta get them all out first.
I don't really buy into superstition. I know I look like I do, but it's not really.
Fair.
Spike, before you go in there, just remember, Fungus doesn't trust these people, and no matter what happens, I believe in Fungus, so keep your guard up. They can't be trusted.
Oh, I'm always on guard. I don't even trust you.
Good, good. That's the way to think.
I really got to teach him sarcasm. Just says that out loud.
As you head in, the gang. Where are the rest of the gang going? So Sloan or Spike staying here.
Think he?
All right. Easy enough to get the ferry catching back if you want to go. It's another gold though, or you can swim or climb.
I'll cover this one. One gold.
You are
Ew.
also wealthy now.
Whoop. 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 Oh, I probably should have been making time go forward. There we go. Yep. So it's around midday now as you kind of arrive back at the north side of the Guild of Heroes. There we go. Where would the three of you like to go now? To the Guild of Wizards. You said that already.
Yeah. To the Gemstone Wizards.
I will ask multiple
University
times.
of the Gemstone Wizards.
Oh, I probably should have measured that.
We're going to school.
Ooh, let's just do that to be safe. There we go. You get there around 3:30 in the afternoon. This prestigious, massive single building, which is larger than most buildings here. It is a superstructure, as is the Knight Ordinator's headquarters. But this one too is a superstructure. But it is when you walk into the up the massive steps and finally get to the large archway of an entrance, you come in to see this seemingly endless hallway that is just a straight shot. It's just a perfectly straight, like a rectangle, like going all the way to the back. And then on the sides, there are various almost mini buildings within the buildings of the various schools and various structures and buildings for the various orders and the various sub workers within here, like enchanters, spell scroll makers, etc., etc. So it's a whole little, it's almost like a mini city in here, actually, of its own. It is huge and overwhelming, and what helps a little bit is right at the front, there's this little receptionist desk, and behind it, there is a little old woman. Wearing a
Little
wizardly
wizard.
robe, and she has a little tiny wizard hat, and she does seem to be human, but she is very elderly. And she is sitting behind, looking at writing on a large tome that's set up on a kind of lectern-like setup. Words are hard.
Words are hard.
Yeah.
Hello. Hello.
Hey.
Huh? Oh. Hello.
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 Can you connect us to the
Hello.
crystal identification department?
What?
The crystal identification department?
Oh, the CIA, and of course, no, I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you talking about?
Sloan, maybe you should take the lead. Old women love you. They say how handsome you are.
And I gotta say, Rube, I love old women. Hey, you
You
are
always
looking
say, Sloan,
incredible
old
today.
ladies need
This-
love too.
That's right. Yeah, it just this hat. Did you make it yourself?
Make a charisma check. It's raw charisma.
Just a raw vibe. Going in there,
Of
no
course he's got
proficiency.
that raw charisma.
Yeah.
She looks at you and, oh, well, if you're interested, I mean, I could probably make something for you. Maybe something more comfortable than what you're wearing.
I would love nothing more. But I know this is your business time. This is our business time. So let's not mince
Well, we
words
can mix
here.
business and pleasure. No problem here.
Oh, dear.
Hello.
Wait, I got
We are still here.
Well, hang on. You started something. You can't back out now.
I'm not look.
That's
look,
a
just
little
let me-
rude, don't you think?
Let me just grab my pieces here. I
Oh, you
got
can grab a
these-
piece, I'm sure.
I got these shiny bits of whatever.
Oh, I've
what-
got some shiny bits too to show you if you just care to.
That's
Just take
very
some time.
worrisome.
Well, it
but
happens with
I
age.
love where you're going. I'm Sloan, by the way.
Oh. Well, I don't think we need names. We could just sort of keep this a little
It's extremely rude.
casual.
Is this crossing over into crime territory?
Anyways, I got these shiny bits here, and it seems like the kind of place where somebody knows something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even you. No?
I know a few things. That's fine. Business first, business first. What? You want to know about what? Some boring thing?
Yeah, these boring things, and I'll put some of the shards out.
So he pulls out a little monocle. I'm just gonna... It flashes with an arcane eye and... Seems to be an inert crystal. Containing, looks like it could contain some magical energy. Is that what you're looking for?
That's so good. It's like the teaser of what we're looking for.
Hearing it still has some residual power, Rupert is like holding up his sword. He's like, what? He's looking up into the sky.
It's faint,
Oh,
but it's sort
Dragons, where?
of mostly inert. I wouldn't consider it a danger, the Ordinator.
Ah, of course. Just defending the innocent. Puts his sword away.
As is expected of you.
As I do.
Right, so like this thing was holding magic that drove the Nafsagi mad. So like, we're hoping to find somebody who might be able to like decreate that. I don't know the magical terms like you might.
Decreate. What was the object of the decreation? The subject of the decreation?
Like,
What are we decreating?
If there were a bunch of crystals that were not inert, would there be like a magical thing we could do that would make them all inert? You know?
Oh! Well, there are dispelling magics and such, but objects such as an enchanted piece of gear or an object of inherent magical nature, they can be trickier to break the magic completely on. Some spells can disable objects like this for a temporary time, but to completely remove that, it would take powerful magics. Much more than I know offhand. But there
Like a
are people
big
here
magic.
we could
So-
look into. Like a big magic, correct. For a big spellcaster.
Gotcha. Okay.
We don't have
Yeah.
any of that.
Exactly. We only have small spellcasters. It's a problem.
All right.
What if you're looking for big magics and live in a bungalow?
That sounds like a
The
happy
nice
life.
no-way guy.
An innocent one. Free of strife. And where they can romp and roam all to themselves. This is making less sense to Phantom as it goes on, but I'm into it. Yes. So,
All right. So if that's a big magic. That's too much.
well, I've answered some questions. Do I get a treat?
Of course you do.
Maybe a little sugar.
I can make a grocery run.
Yeah, Rube's on point.
I'm sure there is a neighborhood market. Maybe a Sprouts.
Maybe a meat market.
Now I like the way this one thinks.
I may go ask the butcher.
I'm a voice in the ether.
Pointing off to a random scholar who had just overheard the conversation I was walking by. Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, but isn't the suspense just the... It's what keeps it alive.
She rolls her eyes. You're just playing with me.
And that's what keeps it alive.
Hmm.
You know, like
we
it's like a
haven't had
dog
any time to
chasing
play.
cats.
Really? Really play?
I mean, look, it's still business hours. You know where I am. Unless you don't know where I am.
Well, you gave me a name. Maybe I'll have to track you down sometime.
I mean,
If you need help, I can help. I'm good at hunting people.
that's...
But fine,
Exactly right.
fine. I won't. I know how your kind can be. So, what
Again.
else do you want? I can do my
Everyone in
job.
this city is
Straight
extremely
to the race
racist.
card. What's that? You won't fuck me? Racism it is. Fine.
I didn't mean your.
You-
I didn't mean halfling,
Your
but I did
kind.
mean
Yeah, yeah, I heard it before. Oh,
Small folk.
That's not what I meant.
a
I just
little
meant,
more. Little more
I just meant that you're all halflings are the same. Yeah, sure.
playful individuals. You know what I mean. You're being coy.
You could have been talking about adventurers, man. Why you gotta jump to the race then?
It's always race. But, well, he's
Heroes.
coming off. He's coming off of all the other interactions he's had today, so it kind of makes sense. But any more questions, or should I direct you to one of our specialists or specialty buildings, or perhaps get the gift shop where you can buy novelty magic items for kids?
I do like the idea of this gift shop. During this time, have their... I feel that the Gemstone Wizards like definitely employ people to go get shit for them.
Absolutely.
Have we happened to notice any such individuals walk in?
Getters of things.
Like interns
Yeah.
walking around.
Oh, looking for an intern?
Oh no, I
well,
mean like,
I got two conflicting things there.
I mean,
Like a laborer?
They can
What are
both
we
exist
looking
at the same
for?
time. Like, imagine some wizard was like, I'm going to pay someone to go somewhere dangerous to get me a crystal,
Hmm.
like an Indiana Jones.
Like
Fucker.
you're looking for an Indiana Jones. As you look around and looking
Where's
for
the
any
nearest
archaeology,
man with a whip?
yeah,
and a
looking
hat
for
like mine?
essentially looking for mercenaries who stand out of place among the scholars here, who like you all, frankly. Looking about, make a perception check with your keen eyes.
With my slightly keen eyes.
You look
Like
around,
just
slightly
barely
keen,
above average keen eyes.
and you're squinting, and you see like this outline of like this really badass looking party, but no, your eyes kind of shift over, and instead see this little,
Good start.
he is little, but he's
One
a
of us.
little Aarakocra. He's just a little
Oh.
small bird boy, about. Well, he's actually quite big to you. He's about 4 feet tall. So he's little by human standards, but normal-ish size from some of you. But he's over in the a corner of the building. He looks a little nervous. He's like wearing very little actually. He's mostly feathers. He's like a loincloth. He's carrying a greatsword on his back. Looks like he's carrying some signs of being a frontline kind of fightery guy, and he's just a little shit like, and he's holding this little bundle of scrolls, and he's looking a little lost and confused, and just kind of bird-eyeing around. To give you an idea what it looks like, he looks kind of like a crow, so he's almost Kenku-like, but definitely an Aarakocra.
So he has a great sword, and he's 4 feet tall, so it's just a long sword.
So it's just a long sword, but to him it's a great sword.
Yeah.
It's thicker than normal. It's wider than normal. Too. It's
broadsword, you say.
it's
A
like
hand and a half, a bastard sword, one might call it.
it looks custom made because it much resembles like the Dragon Slayer, like Guts's Berserk blade. Have you ever
Like
seen
a-
Berserk?
More of a slab of metal,
More of a slab of
hunk
metal,
iron,
a
than a
hunk of
sword.
iron, than a sword. You couldn't really call it a sword, but a hunk of iron, really.
It's more
Really,
like a bat.
Kind of the way, but it's sharpened-ish edges.
It's a baseball bat. He just has a baseball bat.
He is a big metal baseball bat. It's just an aluminum baseball bat for hitting sluggers. That's all it is. He's a bird with a bat.
Okay. Boys, I'm gonna stay here and chat with darling lady who refused to give me her name. Yeah,
If you really want it, I could give it to you.
you know what?
Esmeralda.
I was about to say I really like the suspense, but you killed it a little bit for me.
You've ruined it. I have no interest.
Well, you've taken much more from me this day.
That's very ominous. Let's keep chatting because I love that. But boys, look at that fucking bird guy. Go ask him.
Go
how the
harass
hell
him.
Yes, I've
Go,
got just
go ask him how he can get his hands on all these crystal shit.
I've got the perfect idea on how to do that. Let's go, Ruben.
Okay. Bye.
Know you later. Now, Ez, tell me.
Oh, I'll tell you a thing
Yes.
or two. As you two go on,
These fucks.
go on. You two, the two frogs, wander over, presumably, to this individual. There you see a very shaky individual. He's like kind of just looking anxious, honestly. Like, where? Who?
Hello, friend. What
Oh.
do you happen to be looking
Hello.
for?
Oh!
Oh,
Oh! He goes
Oh.
for a sword. Oh! Don't startle me like that.
okay. My apologies.
Don't. Do it again.
Okay.
You want to fight?
Do you want to fight?
You would lose. Rupert is a knight.
I'm anxious
I have a
for
gun.
a fight.
Hello, anxious.
Hello.
What do you want?
You seem like you're looking for something. I was wondering if I could help, and if maybe you could help us in return.
I do need help. I was told to go find the what was it? He kind of like digs through some of his pockets and like I say pockets. He has like pouches tied to his loincloth, essentially. I'm supposed to talk. I'm supposed to bring these scrolls to the diviners of the Topaz Order.
Yes, well, we can certainly help with that. I've already helped one person today find another person, so you're in luck.
Okay, what do you want in return? I like to know the details of contract up front. I am a hero after all.
There's no contract, but my best friend Sloan sent me over here to ask if you know anything about any crystals. And
He looks at you with the blankest of expressions.
he'll break the
More
crystals out.
blank than yours. Continues
Seems-
blankly staring at the crystals and just.
Rupert's gonna go from the crystals to him, to Ruben, to the crystals, to him. And he's just gonna croak.
Hello,
So, nothing?
Ruben.
You don't know anything?
Rupert, you know they don't speak grung. Wug.
Maybe he does?
Chris? What are you showing me? Crystals?
Yes.
What are these for? What do you want to know?
Well, these are... They come
They're
from...
shiny.
They are shiny, yes.
I'm
They-
glad we can clear that up.
They come
My
from
uncle
the...
is a monster who has killed a lot of people, and I want to know why.
And we think you're involved.
Oh.
And I think that you know.
I feel like I'm being accused. A little bit here. A little worried, actually. I don't think I want to talk to you two anymore. So I'm gonna go just wander around till I find these diviners.
Okay, so you're not going to help
Okay.
us and we can't help you?
I don't know what you want, but it sounded like you were implying I had something to do with your murderous uncle. And I don't think I want to have something to do with your murderous
Wait.
uncle.
At this time, we're just doing an investigation, sir. There's really... It doesn't require all of this.
I hunt people.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, I will find you.
Yeah, I'm gonna start asking around for help. And he stays with an eyesight, but he does start to wander off and like starts asking random people for help who nobody looks like they want to help him. They're like all too busy.
Well, and Rupert's gonna be like, well, that guy didn't have any information, but
Yeah, that one did not work.
I think I have an idea for someone that might. And he's going to... he's going to take out his chess set
As you do.
and set up at a table. Be like, oh, just looking for an opponent, someone very smart. I'm a great player, and I need a smart opponent.
He said looking for someone to play. Ruben was getting
Make a
really
charisma
excited. And then he said smart. He said, oh.
Make a what?
Charisma check.
Okay.
Persuasion check, actually.
A what?
Persuasion.
Persuasion. No problem.
How approachable are you?
You
Very.
get this rather young looking human shapes to be a scholar, so dressed in the various scholarly robes. It doesn't look like he's based on the robes, doesn't seem like he's very high up in the things. Like, oh, is that chess, dragon chess, or whatever the fuck it's called?
Yes, it is.
I played that once.
At the word dragon chess, he does like do a little jump, but he stops himself on the ground.
Cool. Yeah, I'll play.
Okay. And can I look this guy up and down? Like, does he seem scholarly? Like, can I tell anything about what group he might be with here?
I'll tell you this: his robes are decorated in a purple, resembling amethyst, probably a member of the Amethyst Order, which are illusionist. He does seem to be like rather simplistic robes, so that kind of denotes that he's probably a lower ranking individual within the hierarchy. And he's but he is a scholar. He's someone who is studying to be an illusionist, essentially.
Yeah, we'll set up the board and we'll start playing. And Rupert only moves knights.
As you're like, looking at the board and the game goes on, I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, no problem.
Or intelligence saving throw, sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
Sure.
It's only been around a single like set of actions, but it's already checkmate. He's got you you're looking at the board, he's got you.
Hmm.
Wow. He did it though. He won. That was fun.
Well, you are a great player. I don't normally lose that quickly.
He normally loses much slower. Namely, once his knights are gone, he forfeits.
But, well, being combatants like us in a field of mines, I was wondering maybe if you had a few seconds to spare, maybe impart some knowledge about how good you are at chess.
Well, I feel like if I tell you, you'll like it less.
Well, what's the move that you use to win so quickly? What do you call that?
See, I've been studying a little technique that lets me do a little bit of casting subtly, I will say. And, hey, I may have used it to win this chess match.
Wait.
I
He's
didn't
trying to put it
illusion,
together
yes.
in his head.
As
but-
he snaps his fingers, look, and then you see the board, like, snaps, almost like an optical illusion. It shifts back to the right perspective, and no, the pieces are barely moved. It's like one piece has gone up.
For a second, Rupert's like still thinking about the game. He hasn't processed the like subtle casting that he talked about, and it's like if you could see into his mind, it's like in Japan the little bamboo that fill up with water and then sink down, and once it's finally full and it dumps, that's when he goes,
The deer
"You can
things.
cast subtly, please. If you could, there's some people we're looking for that seem to have similar abilities to yours. You could be very helpful in us in our investigation."
Well, it's a thing we illusionists, a lot of us illusionists, especially of the Amethyst Order, really try to hone pretty quickly. Obviously, if you're specializing in illusion, it helps you to do it a little more subtly. So yeah.
Are you happen to be on your way to class, or?
Oh, shit, you're right. I gotta go. Oh, fuck. And then he runs off.
And he's like,
Start
"Well,
to
please
close
let
the
me take your bag, and then you can run more quickly."
Oh, yeah, here. And he tosses it at you.
Yeah, and then he'll go
We've
with
got to
him.
get going. And he runs off to the building of the Amethyst Order, which, as you get to, it is a beautifully constructed, almost structure made of pure amethyst. It looks like it resembles itself a crystal in a lot of ways, actually. It is multi-tiered structure. It's kind of like a tower, but it looks like of course, it is a crystalline structure, so it almost looks like a jutting out, like piece of amethyst, kind of going all the way up to the top of this mega structure of the university itself. And here it's like, I'm let's see, third floor, fifth classroom. Let's up that way, quickly. And he like runs you into the place, and here there is a little sphere, not a sphere, a circle on the ground, and he stands on it. And he's like, okay, come on.
Yeah, he'll go
And
in.
He picks you up. He's like, all right, I don't know if two people should be on this, but it's probably fine. And he closes his eyes, and then you both start to just float upwards until you get to the third floor, and then
He's very
Steps
concerned
off.
about moving upwards, so he is just like all four on the ground. Like, when is it over?
You're not the ground's not moving. You're
Oh,
just
okay.
moving. So like
Well,
you're
he's
like
still
levitating.
very concerned. He's like gripping the ground. He's like not
Come
looking.
on, let go.
Okay.
Stop sticking. And as you pop off, you both like float up and go drift up
Stop
to the third floor.
adhering to the floor. You sticky fuck.
Okay, I appreciate it here, but class right here. I take the bag. You can't go because you haven't paid tuition. So
That's understandable. I wouldn't want to steal classes. I don't believe in stealing intellectual property. We've discussed that earlier.
cool.
But
Down the shelf. Education should be free.
but I do want to try to sneak a look into the class. I'm I know it's a quick look, but I just want to see if anyone kind of strikes him as the mysterious stranger.
Make a that's a tough one.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a high DC perception check. Yeah, it's gonna be a perception check here, trying to spot an individual out in a crowd. I could see an insight too, if you wanted to argue that.
Nope.
Ooh, but yeah, it's just a bunch of students, and a lot of them wearing hoods, a lot of them wearing robes. None of them coming out. And you noted the other individual was wearing robes too, actually. Like the individual you saw, the strange individual, he was wearing robes, but his robes were different than these robes. They didn't resemble the robes of the University of the Gemstone Wizards quite at all, actually. They were unique.
As I'm carrying his bag, does it have like any name on it, any like tag to represent the guy? Could I have looked for that?
Yeah, his name is Philemonius. Phil for short.
And you said his robes didn't look similar to the others. Can you re-describe that? I apologize.
His robes did, but the robes you saw of the strange individual that you're
okay.
mentioning, it looked weird.
Do those robes match anything I've passed by? Just like doing this run?
No.
Okay.
Do they look like Spike's robes?
No. Wait, where did you get your robe, Spike?
That's a damn good question. Did
Did you find them in the trash?
No, these are fancier ones. He probably had them made based on some like obscure lore he found in like a textbook. It's just like he's basically LARPing.
Then no. Not like Spike's robes.
Yeah, then I'll just head back down to Ruben if I can. Oh, I guess when I'm like in that like floating area, I guess he doesn't know what to do.
Oh, as he's about to go into class, just think about going down. That's all I can really tell you. And he heads in. Sorry, I'm late. And he closed the door behind him.
Yeah, he will lay
Mr.
down.
Potter.
He'll lay down on the ground and go down, 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 down.
And you see, like, where you're kind of doing this around the precipice because it is like just a hole in the floor that you have to kind of step into. Whenever you want to take that leap,
He's gonna like do the thing where he's like backing up onto the spot with his hand still sticking on the ground. So he's like slowly moving backwards onto it, and he's gonna unstick one hand and just like touch like several touches before he firmly puts it down, and then the other one is like, oh, down, 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 down.
and you start to just hover downwards until you bloop, plop down on the first floor.
Rupert, you can fly.
Can you sometimes think stop when he's like getting scared?
Yes,
Go back to
and you
down.
stop.
Nice.
Exactly. It's like hitting the stop button on the elevator. Stop. Okay, I'm good.
But he's gonna try to stand up before he gets to the bottom. He's like, yes, that was easy flying. Spike taught me well.
Wow.
But I think something about the illusion.
Ruben, I think at this point, is caught up with you.
Whoa.
Assuming you would have followed, which it seems like that's his instinctive.
Yeah, he was waiting at the bottom of the
response,
elevator
yeah.
shaft because he didn't know what happened. So then he just sees Rupert fucking floating
Hover
down. Amazing that he can fly.
But all of the those
Seems
illusionists
normal.
seem to have the ability to subtly cast their spells. Our mysterious stranger could be one of them.
I don't know what any of that meant, but if that's what you think, it's probably right.
Don't worry, Sloan will. I'm not quite sure either.
Must be very complicated if you do not understand.
Fungus would.
Fungus is at camp.
Accurate.
Do you know what happens to the people you arrest?
I send a lot of people to camp.
Oh, lovely. I agree with rehabilitation.
Yeah, it's where they learn to concentrate.
Yeah.
They learn to think very intensely.
Well, I hope Fungus comes out of here with good think.
Better think.
The right thing.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
I send people to camp where they teach them how to be.
And then I guess unless Sloan went off with his old woman, we're gonna go back to Sloan.
Yeah, come back. You're just chatting it up. It's like, oh, seems your friends are back.
Hello.
Oh, well, you know, Ezzy, they can't keep me away from you.
You'll have to come back and visit me, or maybe I'll come visit you.
You can stay if you want.
Did you guys
We really
find
have
anything?
nowhere to be. You can spend as much time here as you need.
Yeah, I'm not locking you down here. I can head back.
There is no rush.
Yeah,
You
but,
seem
know,
happy.
Oh, it seems fine. That maybe
don't
we can
wanna-
keep our little conversation going then.
We don't want it to drag on. We want to keep some of the mystery.
Hmm.
Keeps the life in it.
I'll tell you what.
Come on.
I get off at around 7. Maybe I'll see you in the dormitory. That's where you heroes go. Yes.
It is where the heroes go. Right, boys?
Yes.
I can show you to his room.
Perfect. How do I
Just
find you
ask-
there, Frog Boy?
Go to the guild and just ask for Ruben. They all know me,
You got it.
They do
We'll do
all
just
know
that.
him.
especially in the mornings. I greet everyone.
Will do.
And if you ever need to find someone, I am good at it. I hunt people professionally.
Well, I might need to find this one, so sounds
Oh,
like I know who to call.
Ruben,
Sloan does not need to go to camp.
She looks at you
Probably.
strangely. What were
That's
you
right.
going to
Hello.
say, other frog?
oh, I was just saying, well, we need to find somebody right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. Sounds like you have everyone you need to do that.
I need a name.
Damn.
Give me a name.
Where are the drugs going?
Ezzy, you ever
Swear
had
to me.
somebody-
Swear to me.
And look, this is between you and me and these two frogs.
Hello.
Wugs.
These two bugs, and you know as well as I that it's basically between you and me.
And wugs.
You ever had somebody from the School of Illusion maybe feel that they were too smart for school, too cool for school? Maybe you've ever heard that turn of phrase?
Let me think. There was this one youth who was just wanting to be an illusionist. He got pretty far, but he fell in with that cult, the new one, the new one, the Nafsagween one. He started spending more of his time with them than he did more or less time in class, and that really, of course, led to a bad scholarly life balance. And he sort of failed. We had to unfortunately flunk him, and he stopped studying after that.
What is his name?
Oh, I'd have to dig out the records. I don't know if I want to do that.
Have you ever seen him hang out with somebody with horrific burns?
A woman who is very bald on one half of her head.
I might have seen the two talk. I know you're talking about that. She makes her rounds around all of the factions here.
I don't like to use her name
Always
because
doing
it
that.
sounds like a racial slur. I'm
Susanna?
uncomfortable with coal burner.
Oh. Charcoal. Yes, that's what she was before. She told me a story. Yes, I remember her. She came here not too long ago wanting to do some stock our cafeteria here, I believe.
She also came for our cafeteria.
Yeah, she seems to do a lot of like getting around food stuff. That's what I understood.
Yeah, does she like own a warehouse? Or she just
Um,
like deals with warehouses?
Apparently, from what I understand, all the assets that she manages are assets of the cult. But they have interest in doing food trades. They use the profits of which to do charity events and such.
They like have their own warehouse kind of thing.
They have multiple structures. Yes.
They got lots of warehouses. This has been truly enlightening.
For me as well. Though I don't know if I'd use that E word. I might use a different one. I'll leave it up to your imagination which one that is.
Extremely cool. Gotcha. We're on the same wavelength, Essie.
I was thinking
Don't you worry.
enticing or maybe
Eggplant.
invigorating.
Invigorating starts with an I, but I got you.
I changed it with an E this time.
Invigorating.
Invigorate.
Oh, we're making new words. This
You
is-
can
I
do
want
that?
to make something new with you. That's for sure. Don't know if I can anymore, but would be willing to try.
Why
Well,
do you
also-
both speak in riddles?
phrases. It's adult speak.
Oh,
Yes,
You'll
it's
know when you're
adult speak.
older.
I fully understand.
Yeah, Roop knows. You know, he's older than you.
Rupert, what are they saying?
Oh. That's all I'll do.
Okay.
Mammals.
All right, well, we gotta go.
We gotta go.
Wait. The name.
Find the name.
The name from the records.
We gotta go.
Oh shit, that fucking got me. Okay, so we gotta go. That was good. She looks. The name. I suppose I could go dig it. It'll take me a few hours, but I'll find it for you.
Well, look, we got a guy who loves to read through records.
Oh, really?
He's just on the other side of town.
We just go get him. Oh, you done reading through all these records? We got some more shit for you to
You
read.
won't imagine more records.
Ah,
He
well,
does
Also,
like records.
did
He's
Spike
one of the
go to
record
school?
keepers.
did Spike go to school?
Didn't he have to go to school? Maybe he fucking knows this guy.
He might have. He might
think-
have.
You
The
think
university does teach like normal classes besides just wizardly stuff. They teach all sorts of academia too. So
Sloan, you don't think Spike's too cool for school, do you?
actually,
Spike's definitely too cool for school, Roop. I'm sorry. to tell
Spike
you.
is just cool enough to go to school.
Good, good.
That's
Spike
one
has-
interpretation. Yeah.
Maybe
Spike
she
has-
knows him. Hello,
Spike.
do you know a small lizard fellow that is always in pain?
hey, she thinks, and Spike, I'll actually leave it up to you. Just to give context, the university, yeah, it does a lot of wizard stuff, but it's like vocational stuff too. It teaches jobs. Like when Susanna was talking about learning an instrument, she probably was about going here. Like professional bards are taught here. Like everything that's like you would go to school for in real life kind of thing would be taught at this university as well as all the magical arts.
Probably not, actually. I see him as like very self-taught in the arcane sense, and I think most of his formal training is probably through Gus for like alchemy,
Mm.
and then through the Shadow Walkers for stabbing people.
Yeah, so yeah, that makes more sense. So that being said, with that, she's like, no.
Are you sure his name is Spike?
Let
Or
me think again.
do me duties?
No.
Definitely not.
What if I give you the help action?
No. Let me think a third time.
I'm
No?
helping. Oh, damn.
Your records are incomplete.
Well, you said you were gonna get your friend to look through it, so I don't have to. That sounds fine with me. I don't want to
You
go back
can
there. I'll
read.
let them into the record room.
You sure can.
Cool.
Great. He loves that kind of shit. So perfect. Good.
That's good.
What are we going to do while he finds the record?
get lunch or something.
We go find some more records for him to read. Where else can we go to find more records?
He's like,
I mean,
go to
look-
the wizard place and read all of their books. We are going to Krispy Kreme.
We're looking for somebody that flunked out. You'll find them.
Looking
Well,
for
so-
someone
Gotta
who
go
is
get a
too
Krispy
cool for school.
Oh, yeah, they
we are
dropped
getting
out.
donuts.
Too cool.
So we're gonna do like a 20-minute roleplay scene of me going through the catalog of crystals now, right?
I would like for you to describe
right,
each
correct.
turn of page.
Unfortunately, right at our time here, but next week we'll get back into 4 hours full of cataloging crystals. I actually will write up a whole like dissertation of different crystals they found, and you can sort through them live,
Yeah.
and we'll go into piece by piece.
Sure.
But
I
that
don't want
was,
to do the. I don't
the
want to do the
effort.
assassination. I want to do the crystal.
I want to do the
catalog.
crystal one. That's the
Yeah.
one I want. Absolutely, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
much more, character stuff there.
Don't
absolutely.
forget the Krispy Kreme aspect of this plan.
And we'll be a Krispy Kreme.
You cannot label part of the map Krispy Kreme and expect us to just play it off like a joke.
Guys, the light is on. Quickly.
Krispy Kreme is no joke.
Takes you a few hours, but we'll say you guys are all at Krispy Kreme chilling. No, it's canon now. It's a fantasy Krispy Kreme, mind you, but it is Krispy Kreme. Does the same shit.
Are you implying Krispy Kreme is not itself a
Fantastical.
fantasy?
It really is. Oh my god. I go like game's over by the way, so leave if you need to before I start ranting about Krispy Kreme. But like I just